he will continue to lock that down. They tried very adamantly to make that one happen, not expecting an op maybe on the other side, but pretty desperate for the bomb to go in first through the door like that.
I mean, they thought that Cobra Zero was the one mini guy. It ends up being 9-10 behind the smoke at opposite. Ouch. And then both of them coming through. They were getting tripped out listening to this guy run around inside a mini, hearing the op shot, wondering who's who.
Expecting an op,
so
maybe
closer might be an illusion to the Mongols.
9-10, 35 kills off that sequence. And the Mongols on the brink of back-to-back CT sweeps in both OTs. Zinho tries to throw a frag grenade into the middle of that pack, and it does do good damage, but he is sitting inside of the fire, burning himself out. And so Kenzizor gonna add that headshot to the tally. Man advantage here for Bait. We said they've gotten close. Well, this is their final attempt at it, and Techno 4K out through single stops them in their tracks.
At least for one.
Double up towards the dark corner. They do find boots on the ground towards B.
It's danger if they don't have control side. Are they really going to go for the plant?
Hearing that utility come down from Secrets, drawing CTs away from the duel. And then we've got Sizzy to blindside Techno. Single door swung open. Cobra Zera can't get into the kill. And it's a 4 versus 2 advantage now for Bait in their 6th outing in overtime. They stick the landing. One finally on the scoreboard for the attack. And Bait back to the comfort zone of defense next.
Yeah, that'll be key. They got into control, they got down lower, they got their trade quickly when they got out ramp, so they both kept it simple and got the bomb down. The 2 keys for them to win a T round. I think this is a situation where both teams will be happy. Like Bait, at least they got their 1 round. They know they can fry on CT. Mongols, even if they've lost some of their T rounds, they have a way better T side overall. Credit to Sizzy, man. He is really got just a high volume of frags in the last 10 or so rounds. Yeah.
Everywhere other than garage.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and we'll see about this half. It's starting to get used a little bit differently, but will that trend continue? They have him at ramp again. That also means, I mean, you can not participate in outside, but that doesn't mean it's not going to get taken. Was just giving too much value to the Mongols,
good flash.
To be able to get a kill so easily out here. It'd be like Blitz floating in the open and instantly getting 2 frags. Oh, that's a mistake and a half. NBL.
Thinking he could get away with that. You give over the 5 versus 4 to the Mongols. Blitz already deep, and Sizzy goes wide. That's 9-10 dead, and now Cobra up front. Blitz, though, gets behind the box, and that's what's going to blindside Sizzy in the end. So a good sequence from him. Techno 4K collects the headshot, down to 10 health, but flanked by Essential.
That's 1 of 2 spotted. I mean, Alex already lost a little bit of health. I don't know if they have confirmed info on him. But Uppers is there for now.
These Bait players so split up. They join up into the ramp momentarily, but
they don't really know what's happening.
Molotov popping inside of the A site that's going to confirm it. Bomb is not planted for Blitz.
Yeah, interestingly, it's a bomb planted back site, which is going to draw them out of HUD. There's no greater move at play here. Blitz is not flanking around ramp to go upper into heaven.
Kid on Alex plus the smoke. You put that smoke on bomb and Blitz has to cover this distance. This could get awkward. And on top of it, Mzinho gets nothing. So sure enough, on top of the bomb with the smoke, what are you gonna do? Banking on the incendiary. He's got to charge it down and there's just no time for that.
Oh, it's exactly what you envisioned when you put the bomb there. Mzinho needed to multi-kill, couldn't get a single one. And just as much as Bait didn't know what was going on, Mongols didn't know where they were going to retake from. If they thought that Mini was open, they would have planted for it, but they thought that someone was going to be there.
Maybe be thinking because of the incendiary, it's all right to go for the back plant. We can always set it ablaze. That is buy time for Blitz in the clutch.
Yeah, it's true.
Smoke grenade, though, fully counters that. And suddenly, Mongols looking foolish.
That is true. They had the volley. Could have made the difference.
But that's a game of chance you play. That's what you're going to bank on. Rock, paper, scissors, rather. Bait rock solid in the close. Mongols cut down. Molotov towards Secret. That's going to force NPL. And then also his teammate to dive back. Cobrazera gets the trade. 910 scours the field, waiting for what's always felt like an inevitable challenge from Garage, from Outer, but it's already NPL dead. Oh. And then Essential right there, stacked on top of it. 2 deaths for the CT side in the same position. These are the guys that have had to pick up the mantle since Sizzy's struggles outdoors early. And unfortunately, it is a position where the Mongols continue to thrive.
It could be walking directly into him on this round. Cobrazera to give him a lead here, but they're actually, it's going to be a little bit too slow to go ramp. You can't go lower. So a late squeaky walkout, which is actually totally unprotected, is going to be on the menu. Are they dropping or not? Yeah, they are.
Down they'll go. Nothing these players on A site can do about it. Big moment here for Alex. Alex over towards control, gets shredded by Cobrazera.
And Sizzy rotated into upper. It is a little too late for this.
Trying to make a move into the Opera at the very least. 1v4 attempts. Dropping down into it. They've already got vents under control, and so done for. 18th round secured by the Mongols. And another chance to close this game right now.
It's the way in which they get these trades that it's just so hard to game plan for if you're bait. It's, you know, they force you to respond to their outside presence, and they're just so good at lurking. Like, who's going to be better than Blitz at finding ways to shoot you in the side, outside, especially if someone like Sizzy is way too uncomfortable or too inexperienced to be there right now. We'll see what kind of play Mongols want to bring. We know what their least variance option is, man. Sizzy, ooh, that was close. Has got a kill like that previously.
That would have felt valuable nice. 5v4. And in this round, contrast to the last, 0 garage control, no threat of a secret peek coming. Blitz may be concerned about it, but as they put that wall of smokes up, if it's anything for Bait to have to handle, it's just total uncertainty now. They have kerneled up inside of this A site, and they are hoping, with fingers crossed, that the offense comes their way. Sizzy is going to be weaponized, taking a deeper angle. Techno to tiptoe into it in a moment.
Yeah, might just walk in. Oh,
Cobrazera.
Shots missed.
Rifler also popped. There's a third piece here in position, but it's also dealt with. And so NPL has to be the hero. 2 versus 4 for Bait to try.
And Blitz is going lower, excuse me?
Cobrazera. This is drawing the bomb back. NPL's ready for it, but he gets found out. Cobrazera comes through with another multi-kill late into this game. And Essential tiptoeing his way up to heaven, which has already been hit with utility. The Mongols with a slow burn squeeze in this series. An unwinnable situation for Essential, smoked off after the fire and the frags, and a Cobrazera performance here, propping up what has been an amazing play from 910 as this game has gone on. Opper makes the difference here on Nuke. Sizzy was well weaponized as the game went on, but his struggles outside continued for other pieces of Bait as well. All of this team could not hold back the Mongols Outer, and they will move through in double OT to the 2-1 pool in Cluj.
So I said this after Mirage, I called it messy Counter-Strike, and I feel like that is the best descriptive word for this as well. However, despite it being messy, the Mongols still comes out with a victory. So I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we'll remember versus how hard it was for them to get there.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest takeaway. At the end of the day, you know, you can always, you know, hide behind the fact that as long as you get the win, it doesn't matter how you get it. And I'm sure if you ask the Mongols, they're not necessarily proud of how they got there. They would probably agree that wasn't the best performance we've seen from them, even with the new guy coming in. But at the end of the day, Dust, when you look at the scoreboard, when you look at the bracket, when you look at the standings, Mongols will be 2-1, and that's what we expected them to be so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think even before the game started, you kind of knew you were in for a recipe for something that could be a little bit messy to deal with, right? You got a team in Bait who have only just started playing Nuke for the first time in basically a year and a half. You know, you have a Mongols team who is going through multiple roster changes over the last few months and have, you know, only played Nuke a handful of times, and all of them have been losses. And so at that point, you're kind of, you know, in a situation where both teams are trying to discover themselves on this map. You know, what is our identity? What are we good at? Where are we lacking at? You know, what do we feel about how we should be approaching things? And I think that you saw limitations from both sides. You know, I think for Bait, particularly kind of when you're looking at their T side in the first half of the game, it's the same thing that I kind of saw yesterday against Heroic, where they're just really reliant on just playing very gather and go, punchy Counter-Strike. But when that's not working, they didn't really have another gear to shift to. And then when you go to Mongols, it's the same thing. Like, you know, I think, you know, Cobra's are still trying to settle in, them still trying to figure out how to make things work. And it just leads to messy CS. But like you said, at the end of the day, the W is what matters most. And, you know, while Mongols clearly are still struggling as a team in the post-Senzu era of, you know, their story, they are at least, you know, right there on the precipice of making the playoffs.
What do we think about Bait here on you?
I mean, they did a good job coming back into the game and forcing it into overtime. First half was somewhat decent, but as Scrawny also said during the cast, you know, the outside was a bit of a problem for them. I think some of the re-aggression on the CT side as well was a bit of an issue for them. We saw it a couple of times on Yard. We even saw it a couple of times in overtime as well, that they really wanted to fight, especially Cobra got a lot of job done in overtime. So in that regard, I think if you're Bait, you're obviously sad that you lost Nuke. You had opportunity to win it. You see it here as well. You're up 15-13. That's a winning position in second overtime in that regard. So I feel if you're Bait, you're a little bit disappointed, because I also do think both of these lineups are on the cusp of not making the playoff. You know, I'd expect them both to be 2-2 teams, and we kind of got the strength, you know, measured out right here, where you would still argue that the Mongols are slightly ahead of Bait in that race. But as I said, you know, in a day's time or after tomorrow, I'd expect both of these teams to be 2-2, and now they can't face each other one more time, so someone else will have to do the job. But at the end of the day, you know, Bait, where I expected them to be, the Mongols slightly disappointing, but getting the job done.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. I mean, obviously, you know, we have a team in Bait who are still very much trying to figure things out, right? I mean, they obviously had a really cool major run. They had maybe a couple smaller things before that made them interesting. They've gone through their own changes, bringing in a new 16-year-old Opper, but they're still, you know, working through the growing pains of moving up to this level of competition. And for Mongols, it's kind of the other way around. You know, you've been at the peak. You know, you've kind of seen what it's like to be one of the top 5 teams in the world, but now you're kind of sliding downwards, and you're trying to stop that fall and try to get back up again. And Cobra's era, I think, you know, it's definitely a guy to point out. The new guy, he did come alive in critical moments in some of these overtime rounds that really helped get to see him across the line. That's a good sign to see from the youngster.
Yeah, it's withstanding the pressure, you know, because coming in as a new guy, obviously there's going to be some nerves, there's a learning transition period, etc., etc. But when it got down to the nitty-gritty, when it went into overtime, he was the most impactful player on the server, together with 910. And I think, if anything, that's a healthy sign, you know, not really crumbling under the nerves, under the pressure, etc., etc. So there's positives to find for the Mongols outside of the win, one of them being Cobra Zera. Again, there's always going to be this unfair conversation. Is he going to be the next Senzu? Can he have the same amount of impact? No, but he's not expected to either. I'd still say that it's up to the 910s, it's up to the Messinios, it's up to Techno for that matter as well, to step it up a bit, you know, on cover in that regard. And then we look at Cobra Zera, what he's done so far this tournament. I think it's been a positive, just like we saw with Controllers when he came in as well. So I think there's positives to spot in the Mongols, but we need to see a higher level of Counter-Strike if they want to have any aspirations of mixing with the big boys.
Okay, so talking about the big boys, this is a stacked event, right? We have all the big boys here. When you see Mongols and Bait, based on the series we've just seen in their previous days, do either of these teams find themselves in playoffs?
I think one of them, yeah, will probably make it. I think the Mongols is the most realistic answer. Again, depends on who they match up against, but I think there'll be a placeholder team in the quarterfinal. I don't expect neither of the two teams, even if they were to make it to the playoff, to do much action in the playoff.
Yeah, I think like quarterfinals and actually getting to see the arena is about the best it's going to get for either one of these teams, unfortunately. But honestly, for both those teams, that'd be a step up from where they were before, right? I mean, you have a Mongols team who obviously came dead last, basically, at Krakow, and again, you have a Bait team who's never really tasted success like that before to make the playoffs playoffs of a big Tier 1 event. So, this is an opportunity for both those teams to kind of take that next step. Again, you can learn so much in practice and things of that nature, but now you're getting the real reps in pressure situations, on that, tournament environment. And so this is an opportunity to take a step up.
Talking about playoffs, we're going to find out which of our first teams will be in the playoffs, who will be going to the arena. If you've bought tickets, who you'll get to see. Richard Lewis is going to take you through those games. Those are coming up after this.
She said she loves you, but she can't love me.
But I love you.
I won't play window anymore.
What's going on?
Play your role. 1xBet.
The human body was built to move, not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you, gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your every move.
In this, we're going to start looking at some of the changes that are coming through on the maps and looking at Anubis. Looking at A site, the new box coming in. Who does this benefit more, the CTs or the Ts?
In my opinion right now, it's a little bit better for the CTs, but the fact that only one molo from the T side can take both the right next angle and the box at the same time, I feel like it takes a little bit of the power on that addition, because one molly can still do the job during the executions. Yeah. So maybe the box is still too close to the entrance there. But other than that, I think it's a good thing, and we need to try it out more.
It has helped. It's not like a huge change, but I think it does help a little bit in terms of the retakes, just because it does give you a little bit more cover. And before, like the T's would, when the box was down the stairs, before they could like for afterpants, it was easy for them to like hide behind a bit and give like a bit more cover for them. And now it's a bit more open where they can't really just stand there. They're kind of open to more angles. So, and for CTs, yeah, I think gives you a little bit more cover and something to play around in the clip situations.
If enemies are going out there or something and we are close to do some chaos like fighting or something, it's easier for CT to go out through camera. It's a bit easier because you have this cover from the box. But if it comes to a retake, like if you're City and you want to retake the bomb site, I think it's so hard with the box because T can just play around it and peek in some good timing, and I think it's hard. But I like these changes, but he had to show good game there.
You'll get that, you'll grow with him.
There's like maybe 2-3% of like advantage for City, but it's like useless box, I don't know. It's like you can use only one wall. Obviously you can like smoke the molly and hide there, but it's like not that big of advantage, you know?
Yeah.
It's still like, I'd say nothing changed on Anubis except the middle, and yeah.
I think it's a positive change. I mean, it doesn't really help for holding the bomb site because the Molotov still gets it, but I think for retakes and to not make it as strong for T's on the after plans, I think it does do its job at least.
Welcome back to PGL Cluj Napoca. I'm your host, Richard Lewis. We've got a very familiar game coming up, so some familiar faces on the desk to talk about it. We have, of course, got Maui Snake, NA's premium analyst at this point. He's one of the last men standing.
Does Moses count? Only for the majors.
Yeah, only for the majors. Yeah, he's the desk abolitionist. He does count though. Yeah, and of course Yanko, you know, the former FaZe coach in here to watch some high-level Counter-Strike. But let's
and MIBR. Don't fight the Brazilians.
Absolutely.
Or don't you dare shout when you're winning a round playing against the Brazilians.
Yeah, I did see that Fallen tweet you had to put out for FUT. So yes, it's sad to see, but Fallen, a class act as ever. Not that we're going to talk about that. We're actually going to talk about the game a little bit because it's a one that is familiar. I know the community is sick of seeing these two teams go up against each other because as rivalries go, you called it El Asico yesterday, which is fair because a rivalry, the other guys have to win sometimes, and that's not what happens when Vitality play Mouse, and that's because Mouse lose a lot.
Yeah, they lose all the time, really. Outside of that Cologne semi-final, which was a big one, there hasn't been a meaningful, really, series that Mouse has won. The only other time was a seeding game when both teams were already in the playoffs at IEM Chengdu. And I mean, the reason for that is there's no real analysis to do about this matchup. Like, Mouse players, they just break down. Against Vitality, they just break down, and they break down individually. They break down as a team. They start playing way worse than they do against any other team in the circuit.
We can take a look at some examples. I believe you've lined up.
Absolutely, this is just from Krakow, and you're thinking, okay, maybe new year, new us, right? Like, new Mouse, some resolutions, new rivalry, something's gonna happen, you know. This is around towards the end of the first half, just as they're coming back into it. Vitality is actually on a half buy with, I think, one saved gun. Perhaps, you know, they're working outside where they have the weapon advantage. Mouse being on the T side, Vitality going with 3 players down secret, sort of to re-aggress, and these are USPs at the start, right? Great trade from Mezzi. Torji misses a shot close range. Apex pushes through main, gets a kill. And now it's the Zaiwu show, really. I mean, he had a blinder of a tournament and it hits 2 great shots, and this is just how the round collapses. It's like players can't do a good enough job of holding, and they fall apart.
It's a really simple anti-eco, and one that you would expect that Mouse would communicate a little bit more through, because in the beginning of the round, Exertion gets tagged by a handful of deagle shots from Zaiwu just spamming through the smoke, and he doesn't call for any help.
It gets worse. This is the second map. Torji with the shoulder peek from what is this angle for the shoulder peek? Exertion is telling him there's players jumping up. He falls down. Now they only have Brolan in front of Car. He's the only A defender, having to worry about short and long. They're coming out. This is a Glock eco, guys. This isn't a force buy. This isn't like, oh, we have 4 deagles and, you know, 1 hero AK. This is Glocks and a P250, right? And the A defense crumbles. Now they're 3v4. They're taking ages to even start this retake. They sort of don't even believe they can retake this, but it's like they're on a Glock eco. We have to try and retake this. We can't save in this round, and they are making an effort, but in the end so much time has passed getting situated for this retake that in the end they won't have enough time to defuse, and this was just, it was comical at this point watching the game.
It really just feels like MOUZ are bringing in an unfounded nonchalance to how they're playing out some of these situations. The way that Torzi's just lingering around short there, the way Exertion on the nuke clip is just holding for the lower push, but he has 20 HP. I mean, you have to communicate that, hey, maybe somebody should help me on this because that was a losing condition and they just played right into Vitality's hands. To Vitality's credit, yeah, they're creating these opportunities for themselves, but MOUZ on the other hand, it just feels like they're not speaking to each other nearly as well as they would in a group stage game.
And Vitality just obviously, after so many games against MOUZ, there is not a single thing on the server that makes Vitality uncomfortable going against MOUZ. Like, all of their calls are instant, the reactions are instant. Players in every single position are never afraid to make a play, never afraid to go for a move. Even if it's not like the ideal situation, like they have a bad read on an aggressive play perhaps, it still works because this is what happens on an individual basis too for MOUZ. You have the stats up top from Krakow up until the semi-final, right? Like, look at Spinks, he was top 5, I think, maybe in the tournament. Great tournament, right? Torji was doing well, and so on and so forth. Then you go to the Vitality game. I mean, they just fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
Is it that MOUZ are mental midgets, though? Or is it...
Hey, dwarf is the proper term there.
That's my bad. Or is it that Vitality just have such a good handle on what MOUZ are going to do, they're able to just shut them down? I mean, you know, look, I've seen a lot of classic matchups and rivalries down the years where it's like the two teams are good individually, but when they play each other, one just has such an understanding of the other that they can never beat them.
I would boil it down to a couple of the individuals on MOUZ that play much beneath themselves, and in both of those clips, we saw Exertion at the heart of the problem in a couple of them. I mean, he was the nuke holder that got pushed, and he was also supposed to communicate to Torzi that they're jumping up. Rating-wise, on top of that, it's one of his worst teams against anybody in the top 20. Despite the fact that he's played so many games against them, he just falls off a cliff completely. It feels like he's just going through the motions of whatever was devised by Cyclone and by Brolin in the pregame, and he doesn't actually exercise any individual freedoms, and I don't think he even brings the same level of focus that he does when he plays other elite opposition. I think it's also in regards to what you were asking, Richard. I don't think it's a matter of, you know, Vitality has MOUZ figured out. Like, that's maybe if you go back to 2024 G2 Navi matchup, right? Like, G2 just couldn't really figure out the proper way to play against Navi. You know, they were just losing in the 5v5s a lot. It wasn't like they would crumble and all constantly have advantages and lose them. No, they would struggle to be in advantageous positions against that team. Here, it doesn't matter, right? Like, it doesn't matter what's going on the server. They had in another game, because in Chengdu, MOUZ beats them in the seeding game, then they play again in the semi-final, right? And MOUZ had a 12-3 lead on T-side nuke on Vitality's pick, and they lose it in overtime. It's like there's no situation that they can sort of, that's unlosable to them in this matchup.
Well, we can look at some of the maps and some of the head-to-head record that they've got. I mean, it's kind of crazy. You know, this will obviously factor into the veto a little bit later on, but that's the head-to-head record, Murray.
Yeah, obviously, this doesn't include a couple of the maps in the pool. Took out Train, which was probably MOUZ's best map versus Vitality last year, but unfortunately, that's not in the pool for them. But, I mean, just look at how lopsided some of these are. I mean, this is why it's such a wide-open field for Vitality in terms of what they can pick. Nuke, undefeated, since both of these rosters formed against each other. Inferno, incredibly lopsided. The only saving grace for MOUZ is probably Mirage there, and that's mostly just off the back of Spinks and Torzi understanding and playing around Vitality so well. But if you look at some of the other players, it still is in Vitality's favor on Mirage because Exertion just gets absolutely nothing done on that map. I feel like that's going to be the man for me to watch in this series because big arenas, I feel like he definitely has an individual problem. So at least show me some signs in a group stage that you can stay level-headed.
I also wonder how much respect does Apex have for MOUZ at this point and at this stage of the tournament, right? Because we've seen them in the G2 series experiment a little bit with the maps and the veto and wanting to get more reps in. You know, what's the approach going to be here? If they really want to win this game and go 3-0, they're going to pick Dust. if they have maybe other priorities and want to get more reps in on other maps, perhaps we see an overpass, perhaps we see something third, right? Maybe an Inferno. They've also been trying to work a little bit on that, but you know, that's in a way a problem for Mouse too, because it's like, wow, we can't necessarily pinpoint where this is going to go outside of obviously their own map pick.
We can talk about Vitality obviously as well. They've been workmanlike, I think is the framing I would use for them here. Hasn't been their best in the group stages, but as you said, they've been happy to experiment with the veto, maybe ban out maps they would ordinarily pick to let ones they want to get some reps in through. And of course, we've had the issue with Rops so deathly ill that he nearly sat this one out. Now, I actually did talk to the Vitality support staff. I caught them late last night when they would wrapped up, and basically I asked, like, where is he on the scale of feeling better to back to bed? And they said, let's call it on the mend. And he did top frag in the last map he had as well, so maybe not a factor going forward, but just something people at home might want to be aware about.
Obviously, that's going to have a pretty deep effect on Vitality and their communication and their coordination. But I feel like in the stead of that, you're getting a ZywOo 2026, which is almost exactly word for word how ZywOo fans want you to believe that 2025.
I'm glad you framed it that way, actually, because I made a similar point. I said that basically I think how he's playing at the moment, if he'd been playing like that for all of last year, then I wouldn't have had a problem with him being.
There'd be no question, because he has just been the best player of this year thus far. So it's nice to see that he's been able to take the reins, as we saw in Krakow, especially in the grand finals, hard carrying, just backpacking everybody else on the team, even when they're not stepping up to the level that we saw in the previous year.
I don't know. I mean, there's one more guy who has an MVP too this year. I'd say it's pretty even. No, I'm kidding. But I think, listen, there's one saving grace for Mouse in this game, right? And it's the fact that the stakes are relatively low. You know, that it's a 2-0 game. If you lose, obviously you're already in the playoffs. If not, you get 2 more opportunities. And this is where Vitality, you know, if they were ever going to be a bit complacent, it's going to be at this phase of the tournament, right? So that is, and also for Mouse on the other side, but the stakes not being so high, they don't crumble as hard. They're, you know, about their top 4 streak and all of that. They're very, very good at this stage of the tournament in this studio environment as well. So I'm hoping, at least for the fans and the viewers, that we can get a slightly closer series because of that.
So what are we going to see in the veto, guys?
It feels like it has to be Mirage for Mouse. I mean, unless they want to go
a little bit
full loco and go for an overpass, right? Because they did try Nuke in Krakow. Statistically, it was the worst map for Vitality. They haven't played it that many times either. I think that was the first time they played it, maybe in that tournament in the semifinal, but it backfired horribly, as we could see.
Okay, Vitality going for a Dust 2 pick here. I feel like by the numbers, this is the strongest map for them lately. It's a punish against Mouse, obviously, given the fact that they were perma-banning it in the previous season. And to me, actually, both of these picks look like you're really considering your current form, because Mouse, Inferno has been a bright spot for them. It's one of the few maps where I actually can really trust Brolin's calling, despite the fact that the rest of the pool can be a little bit rockier for him, especially in mid-rounds.
Although we did see that record, you know, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Vitality are picking that map sometimes.
I think it should be overpasses last year. Vitality with this one. You know, Mirage has been a bit shaky.
It's a good map for Mouse against Vitality in the past too. So yeah, don't want to invoke that for the decider here.
Yeah, and I think you can see for Mouse, you know, what they picked just a week ago now is their ban in the second phase. They just struggle to find any sort of comfort against Vitality on the other side, and it's really going to be an uphill battle for them.
Are you surprised not to see the Mirage come in for Mouse based on what we saw yesterday? Because obviously Vitality did drop that map against Mongols.
Yes and no. I'm surprised because of how Vitality has been doing on it. I'm not necessarily surprised because if you're Mouse, you want to go to as tactical map as possible, right? To limit the opportunities for the individuals on the side of Vitality, you know, make it so that the protocols matter more, you know, utility matters more, and maybe you can cheese your way a little bit to a win.
I feel like this veto still, though, favors Vitality pretty strongly. I mean, Dust 2 is, to me, probably the most lopsided of the 3 maps in favor of one team over the other. There have been glimpses at times where Dust 2 comes together for Mouse, but I think that Vitality is going to be looking back after this first map 1-up.
All right, I will bring in our commentators. It is, of course, Sponge and Machine. I'll ask. I said yesterday you must have been sick of commentating Vitality games. Vitality and Mouse, you got to be sick of this one. Come on.
Honestly, yes.
Yeah, yes.
Look, it was
got him.
so flat in the playoffs. But this is the thing. I agree with everything that was just said there on the desk by everybody, right? Even the stuff about the Dwarves, Maui. But what happens if Mouse win today? Right? It feels like it means nothing. They win. Okay, great. Right? What does it mean?
They'll meet in the playoffs, and it'll be a different story.
All right, well, let's have some deja vu, boys. Take it away.
Good film.
Watch them win now. Watch this happen.
You reckon?
Yeah, well, let's see. Let's get into it, shall we? Dust, what is it, 41-4
Well,
now?
yeah, the numbers were crazy. The numbers were absolutely crazy. They still are. Obviously.
Yeah, that's the point. They just keep building. It's 9 in a row, looking for 10 right now, Vitality. Their longest Dust 2 streak with this roster.
10 in a row.
Their longest is 13.
Okay.
So they're still trying to track that down.
Beat their own record.
Yeah, indeed.
Greatest competition themselves and their greatest enemy. Oh, Brolin's doing the Apex flash.
I see. Okay.
Fight fire with fire. And beat Vitality with their own pistol setup.
Bomb committed.
In. Pop and swing. Okay, Nezzy's done well to keep Torji out of the round, but still they have the advantage after the fight, and they've lost the bomb.
Yeah, they do have this A site, sure, but this one now, Apex. He's been good in the pistols.
Yeah, but Jimmy's been called for Brolan to lend a hand. 2 for him to contend with and overcome. Nice and clean close.
Okay, pistol round, that's a good way to kick things off. While we watch Mezzi play out this 1v4. There's 227 maps played for this 5-man roster of Vitality. 33 of them have been against Mouse, so that's roughly 15% of Vitality's total maps against Mouse.
It is definitely a matchup we've seen an awful lot of.
This is lucky number 13.
You know, the desk asks us, we say we might be sick of it, but how do you think Mouse feel? They must just be, it just must feel like a horrible episode of Groundhog Day.
Especially, the 10-2 record.
10-2 record. And as Yanko highlighted, there are some things going. You know, I actually support your hypothesis that this is the kind of environment where Mouths do have a fair shake of the stick. The odds being relatively low is the fact that you've already got a nice cushion, 2-0 up in Swiss. This is just your first opportunity to secure the playoffs. So this is where perhaps, you know, like a 3rd, 4th place decider, you've got a little bit more confidence, a little less overthinking. Oh, wait, Torji's on short against pistols.
Yeah, it's all right. They're not eco
But
this
what
time.
if? He's gotten away.
It's a little bit more firepower behind this one. Saw what the desk showed from Krakow. Short control taken. Options available right now. Will it be the crisscross? Will it be the short move? Well, Flamesy lines up mid to B. Ops leaves the long lurk. Apex wanting to keep them busy on A.
So you smokes both sides of CT. Spinks has got the angle for this. Ready, doesn't find the immediate frag, but Flamesy caught eventually. He's pulling out Jimmy. Yeah, he's not playing scared. Spinks and Jimmy almost entirely doing the job themselves there. Double kill from them both. Jimmy not overplaying here. Just going to look to play to close out the round. And there we have it. Exertion secures it. Vitality's forced by only the single kill to celebrate.
I think you're bringing up the context there of, yeah, this matters. This is for the playoffs, right? And that's probably the biggest thing you can take away as far as this head-to-head. Sure, Maus, you get another win against them, but your biggest one, what the desk highlighted of Cologne. So in the big scheme of things, are finally clawing them back against Vitality or beating them in the most important games. No, this doesn't mean anything, but to make sure you don't have to play extra days,
that does mean something, especially, I mean, for Vitality, they really are going to want to win this, especially when you've got Rocks on the road to recovery.
And we don't really talk about it, but Maus are the defending champs here in Cluj.
True.
I think Apex returning after 11 years has a bit of nostalgia. Had that in Krakow. Well, he won the major back with Envious, so I'm sure he's going to want to get the W as well.
A few less grey hairs back then.
And a whole lot more entry fragging.
Yeah, I know, man. Yesterday he was on one. Shades of retro Apex for sure. His star power shining yesterday.
They are on eco now.
Yeah, and Torji's just going to continue to reinforce that he's fine. Solo short against ecos. It's not a problem.
Oh, Exertion, he was there holding his hand,
friend,
right?
okay.
So he not allowed to are on his own anymore. But they should be able to farm this one pretty easily now. First decision has been made. This will be a 3-0 start for Mouse, so tidy stuff for Storgy, looking to make a little bit of money for the AWP, but does go down to Robs. It's a little bit worrisome, but...
just deathmatch, isn't it?
How much more value can Vitality get out of this one?
As he's got his signature cutie deagle out.
Signature now.
Yep.
It's the you've gone his signature cutie deagle.
That's right.
You saw it once.
You've got Nico's Deagle Blaze. You got Mezzy's Cutie Dig.
It's Nico's birthday today.
Is it?
Yeah, so he's playing later today.
Oh, it's a Mulberry.
The Radiant collection.
That's a colour, Mulberry.
Mouse will be feeling radiant if they win this series right now. Here we go. Mop and bucket out. That'll clean it up. Exertion takes the final 2. Torji goes down short, but he didn't want to carry through the MP9 anyway, so out will come the AWP. Zawu can get his, and we'll get to see this tussle. So Zawu on the tags. Let's see if it's nades or smokes that Mouse want to use for the cross.
Yeah, I think they've definitely learned that it's going to have to be something. We saw a lot of HE grenades used yesterday to get across safely. I can surely the HE is the answer. I know Zawu obviously can hit some things just off feeling, but yeah, you don't want to be spending a smoke.
Okay, well that's not going to cost them anything there. Torji aggressive, won't have the angle. They've gone for the right side boost from his perspective, left in through lower tunnels, and well, that's quick. We've seen Flamesy hit some absolute blinders yesterday.
Looks like he wants to nade that specific close angle. Put down low, 41 points. They've got their short control.
They're wanting to channel them into that. This smoke actually perfect. There's a little bit of a gap over the top that can be played around. And they're reading this as a likely B or mid to B finish, with Exertion cheating over to join the likes of Spinks and Jimmy.
And contrary to that belief, Apex in the bomb, partner up with Mezzy outside of long.
Yeah, they're still just juggling util right now, and this is actually quite perfect, right? The fact that Brolin, who was meant to be locking down this position, has given up the space. So they're both going to be playing from site/goose. 44 seconds.
There is hope if Torji trains his AWP on long, but the fact that the AWP's on short...
Yeah, they don't believe it's long at all. This setup here is very, very fragile.
It could be a nasty death for Torji. He's in the open. Attention, he does react in time. Support as well from the goose position. Important frag from Brolin provided. Now really uncomfortable. The long bomb on its own. You need the pick from the short side. Now Brolin realizes he needs help. Cavalry coming through CT. He's done very well. Solid output. Apex trying to sprint that bomb across. Zywoo still managing to find output. There is a push through the smoke though.
Has to plant.
The cover. Oh, Zywoo adjusts onto the short side. Apex gets it down. A recovery. And a Spinks clutch demanded of him.
Zawu has one bullet.
He only needs one. Hasn't been missing a beat, hasn't been missing a bullet. Apex just crab walks in to close. Outrageous from Zywoo. They were in such a compromised position. And he still manages to prevail, just left and right, adjusting to the short player.
That's very stressful for Apex coming out long there, and you strafe around that corner, they give away the tell of the flash, and allows Torch to adjust. Flames are thinking, what is going on here? And then Brolin pumps in a second. He does good work, doesn't he, Brolin? But it's all about Zywoo. These are must-hit frags. If he doesn't, Round is going with it. More of those. Vitality can break them early. Close AWP line. Torji looking for the head-to-head, and we're playing for a short aggress. We'll not be getting that this time. So the joust between the two AWPers, wanting to stay active. Mid-door smoke. Lobbed out now. And the short molly. Classic combo. Everyone at home should have this one in their back pocket. Now with the util on display, they're wary of some lower tunnels pushes.
Yeah, they weren't spotting it this time around.
And they're not gambling, at least right now, for the B finish. So how well does Apex read the plays from Mouse?
That's that re-smoke door. Becoming very vogue as of late, isn't it? Saw some players throwing out a lot in G2, Dust 2s.
So one flash but no reaction. You're thinking, okay, is that just meant to keep us busy? And the answer is yes. So coming to target Brolin again, gravitating towards this.
Roland's already done well in the previous. He brings the fight to them as the anti-flash does punish. Opening death for Brolan this time. Torji committed to this fight. Flash, yeah, affect him. He still managed to pull the trigger. Still, though, he's just going to respect the flames. What's this? 100-0? Late on the extinguish. I guess he counted on his teammates for that one. It costs him his life. Jimmy's lucky to have his. Low HP on the
20 seconds.
Yeah, that will become a factor, especially if your bomb carrier goes down. Apex taking heavy flak. It's Exertion on the site you've got to get past. Spinks in support on the short side. Nice headshot from Exertion. The double up. It's Flames in response, and the site falls. Jimmy last seen B ramp. And with what, a second or two to spare, Vitality get into the site.
2 rounds, absolute nail-biters. Vitality happy to draw the clock down. Well, maybe not happy, but that's just the way that they're playing into this. So avoiding a lot of the threats of the Mao's utility. That opener there, the flash just a moment earlier would have been the difference maker. Mezzi not blind, gets the opener. Brolan goes down. Someone's screaming, likely in that situation, they've got a smoke for Torji. And if he swings, he's dead as well. So at least he's buying time by staying in car and not just giving away the freebie. And if he can take someone with him as he burns, great. Unfortunately, it doesn't look that way. We do hold on to this one M4. I'm now broken. We will see Mouse have to chip in around that with some lighter investments.
Let's go. I full burn Torsi from 0 to...
Well, Apex there, we confirming what we just saw, a full burnt Torsi.
Yeah, I assume someone must have told him.
Yeah, well,
like,
the smoke came, it just was late, right? Yeah. So it was definitely one of those situations where there's no good option for Torji in that scenario. So how's Jimmy going to insert himself into this round?
Safe across.
You really need Jimmy to try and get stuck in. Right, you've got these USPs, you have the flash on Spinks, but...
Right, if you just sit to the back of B...
It's pointless.
Yeah.
If you can get a couple of kills, maybe save a few guns, even limit the finances a bit, that's going to be great. Bomb heading back over towards B now. They might start pressing tunnels on an early timing, and Robs is here to catch this.
Yeah, it's going to be a flashback from Spinks. Robs anti perfectly places the first bullet between the eyes of Exertion. Jimmy's M4 now sounded off. Quick reaction, you can see on the minimap, Vitality are pivoting, and Torji can hear all of that. You can see Motormouth relays the info of the pivot. And there's Jimmy finding output. He's going to stay nimble, he's going to stay dynamic, loses out, Flamesy finds him. Oof, not bad headshot, good output. Oh, 2 USP headshots went onto different targets. You can see Vitality walking wounded, but no problems, just Spinks to get past.
And understanding that as the B defender, Rops will just part back, value his life. Apex, this could be risky. Rob should have it. And there you go. Okay, swept under the rug, 4 staying alive. Don't believe there is going to be enough money for a Torji AWP in response. Jimmy could drop it, but he's not going to have enough money for the armor. Oh, okay, no, never mind. They have been able to get it out.
Boost this time. HE does its job. Jimmy and Spinks get across unscathed. Torji not going to be on that short, aggressive line. He's supporting Brolan long. Oh, the perfect flash. He catches a glimpse of the shoulder of Jimmy being rather forward. Doesn't deter him. He continues to push forward. Rob's in that same position from previously. Ahead of the smoke, subverts the expectation and dips with an opening. That's a nice play. Maus have got an opening move, and it removes usually a hard piece to get out of place.
They were going for a B pop, and now that'll probably draw them into it because they go, okay, Rob's down, B lurk, they're likely elsewhere. They're going into this quickly.
You can see it's just going to be Jimmy and Spinks a mile away from any sort of help.
Molly for back plat.
Yeah, you're going to need
trouble
to move, Jimmy. Oh, uncrouches into the Zywoo orb. Roland does get caught on his vacation out long, but Apex doesn't win the duel, so now it gets really uncomfortable for Vitality. He could be top mid. Exertion lets them know they're on their way.
Into Torji's orb.
Yeah, it's perfect. It looks absolutely set in stone that Mal should be finding 4 here.
Slow smokes and flashes to work with. They can get past this line if they do use their nades.
And they're going to do so. Oh, no. Torji goes down. Brolin's very low. A single bullet from Flamesy. Oh, the sight's down. It felt like it was a guarantee. Just needed to hit one. Solid on the entries as Flamesy. He demonstrates.
And saves the better option right now.
Brutal. That's going to shake your confidence a little bit.
Wow, if it wasn't already coming up against Vitality.
Yeah,
so
valid.
4 straight now. That was now, not meow. Namaste.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard you meow. I think that's not something Chad Birchall does.
It's not in the repertoire.
No.
Barking.
Barking on the other hand. I think Maus are going to be barking mad if it just continues this way.
Yeah, there's another fun one, right? Because a lot of the times, okay, well, nothing changes if nothing changes. So how many losses to Vitality does it take for Maus to change the complexion of the roster?
I told you, man. My theory is they don't change the roster, they just change the logo.
You want them to go back to Mouse Sports?
You go back to Mouse Sports and suddenly everything's going to feel different. It'd be like, you know, that new team feel, you know? Different jerseys.
They tried the jerseys. They always have a different color. Right, we've got the home one, the away one. They're always away. There's no home for these guys.
Yeah. Maybe bring back the red jersey.
You like the red? They've got the red. I'm sure it's in the hotel.
Probably in the hotel.
I just went to Sabrina, say, can we bring out the red?
Black jerseys are played out, you know?
Oh, don't start that. It's the best for logos for sponsors.
Oh, you're right.
You got to think about the sponsors.
You got to think about the business.
Of course.
Okay.
Big business right here.
Yeah, it's just cool to have a color identity, isn't it? Vitality with the yellow.
Yeah, but they're wearing something.
They went too yellow for a while. I'll agree. They went too yellow for a while. Fluorescent. Adolescent.
Look like a tennis ball.
Ooh, now that's threatening. Could be lower, but oh, look at this. This is kind of that signature Apex walk on Dust 2. The Dust 2 variation.
For the moonwalk.
Yeah.
But for the French.
And there's 2 AGs. If Exertion times this right, he could do a whole lot of damage, but already Apex is ahead of that.
But there's no tells.
No
smokes, no flashes.
And a headshot from Torji's Dig. This is looking promising. Bullets are being hit both ways. Mezzi taps one back. It's a nice one into Spinks. Robs as well. Catches Brolin on the long side, and it looks like they're backing up. I'm worried about the long wrap, understandably, after Robs' frag.
Well, you know, it's a light buy with these saved weapons,
Right.
and you've taken down Spinks, one of the B defenders, so do you want to pivot? Well, the fight's coming your way.
It is. Torji and Exertion partner up. Oof. Flamesy just at the angle. Big shot from Exertion. Flamesy and in combination with Zywoo, the job is done. Just Jimmy, the B player, left.
And Zywoo's ready for this. He's locked in. Very second within the round, 6 overall. And they'll block behind them, so safety first, as they will be grabbing another.
Promising scenes from Maus. You get in the reaggress, you find the frag.
Couple of nice shots being hit.
Couple of nice shots.
If Torji hit that with the AWP in the previous rounds, could have been this. So,
yeah.
Bomb has been planted.
Thank you very much. Jimmy will grab that one. Torji will be very happy. Zywoo's going to,
It's gone.
We know where he was.
Wait,
and he still is.
Ooh.
He still is.
Gets away with it.
Zywoo just double checking. I put my AWP. Right there, okay.
Found it.
Won't be getting it, unfortunately, for Torji, but we'll be able to afford it. Don't you worry about that. 5-3, 2-round gap, looking good. Who's doing secondary AWPing on Mouse?
Who's doing primary AWPing on Heroic?
Well, Youngster, but he's not on Mouse.
There isn't really
Get
one.
out some double AWPs, boys.
Yeah.
Why not? Try something different.
Who would it be?
I guess it would be Spinks. Like Spinks or Jimmy, right? Because Torji's going to be more mid and A-centric. Speaking of Torji, here he is.
It's been a while since we had a strong Finnish sniper. Shout out to Alu one time.
Yeah, I was just going, I know Alu.
That's all I've got.
That's all we've got.
Yeah. Who am I forget? There's someone in Twitch chat really upset we haven't mentioned Finnish player now.
Oh, Poddy.
Okay, well done.
B-split. This is what Yanko's talking about. Nothing to make them feel uncomfortable. Vitality, yeah, okay, we're going to get mid, we're going to get short. And we're going to split
meets
B.
your expectations. Block util from Spinks. Apex. Containing the rotation of Exertion. Who goes first? Nice find from Jimmy. Robs goes down. Flamesy breaks into the site though. It's just Jimmy at the back of the site. Apex versus Exertion. They've lost the site and Apex wins out. Surely that's enough. The round, once again, falling into place for Vitality. It's flowing a little too nicely, isn't it?
Quicker tempo there as well, right?
Yep.
So they had those first patch that were very slow, finishing the rounds in the last like 30 seconds, and here this one's come a whole lot earlier. Sure, it's been broken up, right? Well, once they've gotten the space, everybody go, okay, we've got this area, now we'll wait, let's connect, let's use the util. Zoe there with a very important supportive kill with the AWP to confirm the B site.
I've got a lot of admiration for players that can pull off moves like that from Flamesy, where it is almost entirely solo. Maybe there's a supportive flash or a teammate baiting from elsewhere, but it is straight up run and get yours. And he does consistently not only take the space, but find the impact. Just runs into the doors after through the door smoke of Spinks. Job done. Another round, 6 consecutive off of the mouse pistol.
Cyclone timeout. Okay, yep, there it is. Feels like about the time to call another one. You're only calling adjustments because we did hear in Krakow, we had to listen in, and it's like, you know, he's trying to be inspiring. Boy, it's going to feel so good when we win this one. And he's right, it would have felt very good if they won it, but all you can do right now is just hope that you can, you know, call the macro. I would be saying we need to be a little bit more jarring to their default. We have to stop giving them all this space for free, which might mean we take some risks. We push in a lower, and does that mean Zywoo might have an opportunity on us with the AWP? Yeah, right, but we are going to have to do something, because if we just continue to meander around the map in these default setups on the CT side, you can see how much they can punish us with the space. If your gambles had worked earlier, you'd feel like you would have, I wouldn't say Apex in your pocket, but you'd have a read on maybe where he wanted to finish, and, well, they weren't on point with that.
I will say they haven't taken a single bullet from Zywoo on the cross, which is something to celebrate. I think they prefer a round.
Well, they're just doing a default hold. Torji a little bit more aggressive. Sure, but
I see what Yanko's getting at. You know, throw something different into the mix. Have Vitality have to adapt and adjust.
Yeah, play Anubis.
Playing Anubis.
No, I don't think that's the answer. But when Anubis went out of the pool, this became Mouse's ban in the second half of 2025. And now Anubis is back, they've had to start playing Dust 2 again.
Right.
So they're currently 3 losses in a row on this, Vitality being one of those 3, whereas Vitality 9 in a row. 41-4 overall on the map, so it is a comfort zone.
And Train, you know, kind of spiced up this matchup a bit when it was here.
Yes, it did. Mouse hit quite heavily by that.
Go. Surely a bit more util than that.
I've got a lot to work with still, so.
Okay, so mid to B. Exertion might even play around. It does block it, so it gives him some vision. He goes ahead. Oh, he's exposed. Nice catch from Proland. Lovely double kill. Late to pull the trigger onto Zywoo. Claws one back, but they've recede. Smoke break inbound. No one's looking at Exertion. Weren't expecting such a forward position. Now with just Torji on the side. Just Torji. Okay, you had to hit that one. Apex in the clutch, and they'll just be triple peeking him here if they can. Miles break through.
I think you're very surprised in that round if you're Vitality that they didn't have any long presence, right? They did that same setup we saw earlier in the piece where well, they weren't punished for it, but they did end up losing the round, and they've gone back to something similar in that moment. But good work stalling them out. Focus forward on short. The flashes either not as perfectly timed as they were hoping for. See just how easy it was to mop up those 2, and once Exertion stuffs them in the choke point, it's a whole lot easier to get yourself the 4th. So still 2 more available to tie things up.
Will Apex get caught?
There you go, a bit of lower pressure.
Oh yeah, Spinks is bringing aggression into the mix.
This is nice.
Just gonna free headshot to Flames. There you go. You get your first blood. You destabilize the default. Now you can dip. Actually, even going to invest a smoke to avoid the Zywoo scope. One Spinks' blood won't be able to get
just another one.
Return flag.
Okay. Well, he is out of there.
He's done well.
And now if you want to respond to long, there's still 2 players waiting here. You've got Brolin alongside of Exertion. They're both burrowed in. Exertion playing anti. So they are playing this number advantage quite nicely now. That most fragile site would be B. Romps really trying to force the util out of Jimmy. Well, they've already expended a couple. This doesn't look like it's going to go well for Mezzi, unfortunately.
Molly will make Brolin move. Oh, he's done very well. The damage puts him down to 4. Still, though, do you get the bloodlust? Does Exertion get set up for succeeding? Good flashes. Mezzi goes down to Exertion. Solid work. Double long now revealed.
That's the bomb, Apex. You've got to join the boys up short. No other option if you want the way in.
Torji's going to have a head-to-head here. Should be set to collect. Does so. Zywood goes down. Number 2. Robs. Out of the round, just Apex. All too familiar for him. Last man standing up against the 4-5. Should be absolutely no problem here for Mouse. 15 seconds, a nice headshot, and Spinks trades.
Okay, hard work done.
Yeah, solid CT half now. Those initial 3, and now you found some gun rounds.
Yeah, unfortunately, that spree was relatively easy for Vitality, keeping quite a lot of players alive, so they have been able to build up enough cash that Mouse have to get through gun round after gun round. And finally, yeah, they throw over a spice. Flame's not ready for that at all. Doesn't see that clearing the lower tunnels box, and then Torji hits the ones you know he can.
Because for the last 9 rounds, Flame no one home. We've got aggression. Immediately, Mezzi and Apex have taken long away from them. Combiner, corner smoke, a couple of well-layered flashbangs, and you lose that territory. But how about taking mid? Exertion.
You'd have to catch Zywu off here, which is possible.
It is hard to do. And as he's faffing around with his nades, taking the bomb back, even considering a deeper mid push.
They are hoping for a reaction, Vitality.
Throw that cross smoke. Is that when Exertion moves, or is he going to have enough faith in Brolin and Torji just to hold the line?
It's good to play ahead for info, right? Because you really don't know how many are out long. You didn't investigate tunnels at all. Right? Sure, you have top middle, but still the long rotation available. Oh, this is tough. Hoodles of time remaining.
He's dropping into mid. Yeah, Torji sound off.
Still 2 in tunnels, not moving just yet for Vitality.
And he's starting his flank, so it won't be visible from the lower tunnels players. Another block smoke. Oh, but Zywu punishes Brolin on the swing. Get careful there, Torji. Could have been the double trouble.
Exertion can still win the round.
Yeah, with this flank, no one's looking at him. He's been slowly concocting this. However, Torji is going to get sidelined at the same time. Down goes Torji, but there's the flank. Zywu goes down. Apex now aware, and Robs provides the cover. Swings it in. Ah, he self-flashes. It's a bit clunky. Jimmy to clutch. Bomb to cross. It's in the open. A chance to hit that instant headshot, but it's been good util from Vitality to ensure the 7th round goes their way.
Oh, Jimmy will give it a good go, will you? Piping up short, in if he can win out of 1v3. They're not even playing close to him. They are just going to play the bomb. 1 goose, 1 ramp, and burrowing down towards long, it will be Mezzi. Probably going to be tough enough, but now with the bomb about halfway gone, Jimmy needs to get a wriggle on.
He's wriggling all right. Knows he's got to make a move. Vitality picks this one by the book, and he's double swinging as he jumps to his demise. Okay, so 7 for Vitality's T side.
A lot of these Dust 2s that they have been winning, at least in the recent patch, have been dominant. We did the storyline just the other day against Mongols, right? That was where they added number 9 in a row.
Yeah.
So, no strangers to the winning. In the last few, it's been 13-4, 13-6, 13-6, 13-8. Their closest was to Gamer Legion of Bounty. That was 13-11. Then you got another 13-6, a 13-3, a 13-8, and a 13-4. So, pretty dominant on Dust 2. But Mouse are making them work. Nice patch of rounds for them as well. Helps when you do get that pistol round. So let's see if they're able to make it 2 from 2.
Their most recent head-to-head was sounded a little bit like those scorelines. Single digits. Perhaps a step in the right direction would just be, pushing Vitality towards the tail end of regulation. Or hell, take the whole thing, win this pistol.
This is it, right? Because Mounds have beaten them before. Sure, it is a 2-10 record as it stands right now.
Yeah, but if they'd have won the final...
That's the thing. If they'd beaten them in Cologne and then won the final, that's where I think a lot of us would have expected them to be unlocked.
Agreed.
Right? Their account being open, as Harry likes to say. But unfortunately, they still just have these tougher times. That's why coming into this, like, oh, okay, lower pressure match.
That's a B go. Smoke for... They can do doors and window, or are they just doing doors? Maybe an extra smoke to keep them stuffed. ZywOo car rops back plat, and Apex has flashes that will come rallying over.
Nice work from Robs, gets to first. Now the flashes come sailing over. He has vision, and it fades to black for Brolan. Solid tap, supportive flashes are there. The frags flowing nicely. ZywOo in the right position to lend a hand, and it's ZywOo and Robs in combination to shut down the pistol.
All right, well, no plant. I mean, pretty meek looking force buy for Mouse, and they're just still having a good old time.
That's the Apex evil laugh. It's a rare remote. You don't get that every day.
I think Richard's describing Vitality's run so far as workmanlike, and it has felt a bit laboured. Right? So their series all going a distance and being pushed in moments. Right, G2 had a pretty good crack at things, who are taking on Pain in the 0-2. Right, we're on the third day already.
Yeah. Bit of a surprise to see G2 so quickly thrust into an elimination game.
Yeah, I think Pain is, well, obvious it's a must-win.
Yeah.
Captain Obvious hat on right now, but I think it is a comfortable win for them. And for G2, they ended up losing to Paravision, so that was their second best of 3 in that one. They won the opening map of Mirage, then they lose Inferno, and Dust 2, they get blown out. That's the one that stings, right, is because Dust 2 can be a good map for G2, losing 13-4 against Paravision. That's tough. We've still got this one to conclude, and Furia versus Falcons coming up later, and that one is another one where it's a bit lopsided in the head-to-heads.
Still very exciting to see those two play again.
Yes, it's a nice clash, right? These are the next up to bat. I think people are a little bit disenchanted with Mouse, right? It's one of these teams who you can't say are bad. They're a great team, right? They consecutively make these top 4 placements. They're always a threat. Apex, by his own admission, says, yeah, this is a tough team to play against, but they're just lacking whatever the punch is. And people can say, yeah, but what about Falcons? Yeah, but Falcons have the Monasys, the Kiyosukes, the Nikos, right? Players who you get excited for.
Sure.
Let's get excited for this one. First rifle round, Mouse's T side. They've lost the pistol, took the eco, and now out with the AKs.
ZywOo starting pit. I was wondering if he was going to really be the pit player for a day. That's not happening. Quickly vacates upon no immediate contact. There does look like there's contact coming, though. Flamsy's going to try and maneuver up close. Anti-Flash anticipating this, and this is a really powerful position if they want to go for that last second pop out of smoke. Doesn't look like that's the case.
Well, they know there's probably some SMG still in the mix, right? So just wait it out.
Does manage to catch Jimmy. Oh, wow. Double kill from Flames.
He's relatively open right now.
Yeah, it's a wide open. Brawl and the Sphinx are confirming that now as we've got 3 members of Vitality, going for a quick short round.
Yeah, Bomb's going to feel quite sketched out having to cross long. So waiting to get this room is Torji, and on the flank swiftly is ZywOo.
Like, I think Torji's acknowledged he's coming. Really quick to this, though. Yeah, Torji, you need to get across. The cover is required, and Brolin provides.
Great shot.
Really nice. Just
be the round winner right there
for ZywOo, I suspect. So Rops, however, is the next challenge for him, and he's done very well back. Quick burst to the face, and second on top. Okay, Spinks in the clutch. First gun. It's an opportunity for you to give your team some hope. A little bit of something to hold on to.
Look how late Mezzy is to this.
Yeah, he's taking his sweet time, isn't he? Spinks is using this smoke to have a little bit more of an unorthodox position. Rops won't be expecting this. Did Mezzy spot him? Yes, he did. Mezzy secures it. Vitality do manage to weather the first buy.
That's so frustrating of you, Spinks.
Come on. Where are you?
Oh, Goose, you've just killed 2 players long. Mezzy hasn't even shown himself short at all. He's just been left there to simmer in the silence. There's now a 5-round gap. Bomb does go down. Partial buy on the menu now for Mouse. Timeout called, number 3. Yeah, the fact you see the red blinking lights on one side. Vitality not having called any just yet. It's been a comfortable affair.
I still think we should have a big red button that the coaches can press. Wouldn't that add a bit more pageantry to Counter-Strike?
It would.
Just imagine like Xtaz like grumpily Smashes his fist on the button.
But it would have to be in the middle. He has to walk out into the middle and press it, or is it just behind them?
No, I like the middle.
Because you need something a bit more exposed.
Yeah, I like
We're always hearing about the body language.
Yeah. Gives us more to be, armchair psychologists about the way he pressed the button.
Where Yanko tells in NFL, but they throw a towel for some reason, don't they? Is that a foul?
I think maybe.
And you in! Of course! What is going on with the one tap?
I do love it when the banter is like analysis.
But it is against their old teammate, right? And one who left, and now look how good they are. So always fun to rub a little bit more salt in a self-inflicted wound. The Kirby.
The Kirby. I was looking for the name.
Guys, you got to smoke in 3 flashes. They better be damn good.
They're coming now. Okay, so I managed to catch the second man out. Well, competent, gets his. Torchy's done something with the deagle. Oh, hello!
Okay.
Torchy's deagle's hitting today.
Couple of zingers. Still got that long control rotation on the way in through CT.
Okay, so Robson Mezzi moves first, an AWP retrievable.
Oh,
just as he turned his back, they strike from the long side. Flamesy's done very well. Frustrating death.
I'm about to say they can all get a gun because they bought a Galil. There was an A4 on the ramp and the AWP. And Flames goes, nah, I don't think so. 11-5.
Oh, it's a disappointing round to lose.
Especially after that from Torgy, huh?
Couple of those, yeah. Definitely looks good with the Desert Eagle. Well, you've been getting the bomb down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get yourself a full buy now. Got the AWP.
But it's like, it is like when you're trying to pick which site you want to hit versus Vitality, I mean, it is just, there's no good option, is there?
No.
Like, do we want to go towards the definition of a Bianca personified in Robs, or do we try something else? We can go towards Flamesy and Zywu if you want.
I reckon Mezzi must be Give me a little bit of meat. Take off your head.
Just spotted a tiny fraction of exertion.
Thank you for coming. You've lost the opening pick. And this is for 12 rounds for Vitality.
Just have to bask in the glory of the Counter-Strike from Vitality. Individuals in all the perfect roles. Maneuvering the back of Torgy towards the B tunnel. So as far as that conversation we were having, I suppose it's Robson and Mezzi.
The fact that you were at sub 1 minute and your AWP has been able to stay in a 2-1-2 setup, that tells you how confident you are. I mean, if you know you've given up cat, you're normally worried about an execute. They're not worried at all. And they're going to get another one. Okay, well, he did it him.
Wait, Robson, you making a push through? That would be very out of character.
It's a good move if they're looking to pop B.
So he would actually run past
yeah, or he'd block them.
Or block them. If I was caught Brawler and finished off the job, and Robs will activate. Does get caught by Torgy on the way out, but it's a 2-on-2 on the site. One hell of a nade. You jump up. I like the Sphinx. That's promising. He's low HP. I had that information relayed. Cover from Torgy necessary. Oh, Zai was perfect on the Desert Eagle. Now Torgy hasn't got the time to play this one out. Just have to allow Vitality's 12 to convert virtue of the clock.
Counter-terrorists win.
So that's a Zywu round. You know, it's not like the Zywu round, but that is a
It's one of them. He's still 18 and 10. It's like a quiet 18 and 10.
It is a quiet 18.
It's just a quiet game.
It is. Hell of an opening.
Oh, you wanted to try again, Roland? You thought maybe I would have to head over to B? No.
Nah.
Nah. Okay. Inferno is up next. That is the map choice of Mouse.
Oh. Doesn't really matter what side he's on. He's just a demon. Here's some double AWP for you. Robs does get spotted out. He can back in.
Hey.
Come on now.
Your name's not Zywu.
Who do you think you are? They've got top mid, Chad. Their bomb is down suicide.
Yeah. All right. With the desk ready yet?
Yeah, they're probably putting on their headsets right now, actually.
I'm glad to pose the question of, what happens if they do win?
Yeah, right. Makes you look really, really smart.
Ah, yes, gentlemen. Come on back. The water's warm.
Not your favorite death. Okay. So you get a couple of kills, you clear out the mid prongs, the aggressive pieces. So I was going to tuck car. Spinks looks like you're... No, he doesn't have the Molotov.
Brolin does.
Brolin does?
Yeah, Brolin does.
And Zywell might just be forced to smoke it. They're not...
Oh, nice.
Hey.
We're wrapping it up. All right.
Oh.
No, it makes sense.
We can run the music.
Yeah, we really can.
Music.
And there it is! 13-5! Vitality takedown mouse again!
And again, and again.
Listen, guys, we're right there with you. I mean,
and again, and again.
Vitality takedown mouse again!
And again, and again.
Listen, guys, we're right there with you. I mean, I made the joke about deja vu before we throw it out there. Actual slight regression from Krakow. That was at least 13-6 on Dust 2. But yeah, Vitality not breaking a sweat against Mouse. Tell me if you've heard that one before.
Many a time, Richard. I did just
Too
say,
many a time.
I don't know if I have one more of these matchups in me, man. Like,
nah,
talk about it a lot.
Actually, no joking. Qualify it. Talk me through it.
Yeah, we'll get into some of the specifics a bit later, but it's just so many times you see the same story again and again, right? Like tactically outplayed, individually outplayed. Just Vitality, the reaction times, the decision making, it's never in doubt. And for Maus, it's a combination of, okay, we need to try something differently, and then maybe going for some gambles or trying to will yourself that you're going to get it done by being ultra aggressive at times. And whatever it is that they try and do, Vitality has an answer for it. They just shut them down every single time.
Yeah, on the flip side, Vitality, they're just so much more imposing in this kind of matchup. I mean, the amount of times that you see them moving up middle into lower B, fighting for position, I feel like they're the ones that are always jockeying for it, whereas Maus, on the other hand, just a bit limp, just kind of ready to stand aside. I mean, they're the freest bouncer entry into any club you could ask for. So I hope I get that
No
next
idea
time.
required, yeah. It's just one of these things where it's like, look, I do genuinely sympathize when you're just running up against your nemesis. You know, for example, in other sports, if you play in someone else's era and you're always second to them, very frustrating. But it's like, look, I'm in the presence of greatness. But here's the thing, you have to change something. You have to try new things. And I mean, there just was, I don't know, this literally what I was going to ask, is it possible if we could just run the death segment from Krakow and see if it was any different?
Well, it was different. They didn't lose. Well, wouldn't be really much different, would it? But I think they didn't lose to Glock Ecos, right? They didn't lose to pistols
They
in this
changed
game.
the setup up.
Yeah.
I was ready for the same sort of instance to occur, but they were more in the 3-2 setup on the anti-force instead of the 2-1-2.
They lost in a more classic fashion.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, obviously as well, it certainly doesn't help that every time it looked like they had a break, like a sort of narrow opportunity, if Zywoo was alive, then it wasn't really an opportunity.
Zywoo was just fantastic in this one. I can't believe I'm taking up the Zywoo, actually. I mean, yeah, Zywoo was so spot on with mechanically in this one. Every single opportunity that he was gifted, he was just flicking people down left and right. I mean, eat your heart out for boring shots. This one had all the exciting ones.
Yeah, I think it's a great game for all the people that didn't want to categorize him as an opper or like put him in a conversation as
he didn't want himself to be an opper at times.
An opper of the year. Yeah. But I think we can get into some of the specifics, Richard, because I saw something that
let's do it.
Blew my mind. Because I thought it was maybe whatever, but then they did it one more time later on in the game. Okay. So it's the first gun round, right? Like they're 3-0 up. Vitality is going to go back towards long. There's a 3B set. What is this setup on A? Like there's a 3B stack. They don't have short. They don't have long. Look at them. Torji is on slope. He's not even like, look what Brolin is holding long from Goose, and Torji is holding short short from slope. Counter-Strike 101 on Dust 2 is, if you lose control of both long and short on A, you're screwed. You're just getting pincered. You have nowhere to hide, nowhere to do anything, to turn from flashes, evade utility. That's why you see teams, when they lose long, what do? Run towards short, volley deep, flash, get there, get that control, fight for mid, push B tunnels, do all this stuff. They have willingly put themselves into this setup where in the end, sort of, it took ZywOo getting a couple of kills, but that wasn't because the setup was great. I mean, Torji even gets sort of caught by the players coming out long, and I cannot, like, I don't know. I lost a lot of respect for Cyclone because of this one setup.
You don't know. You don't know if it is him. You don't know if it is Cyclone.
What is the thought process here? Like, okay, you have a
that's planned. That's
you have a
really
3B stack. Yeah, they did it one more time later on in the CT side. Okay, you have a 3B stack. And what are you, if they come A, you're what? What's the plan? Like, if they go 5 short, the only time, that's what happened the other time. They went sort of 5 short execute, and okay, you see Torji and the other guy is hiding in Goose, right, to be the Joker player. Obviously, you don't have the long guy in that equation, and that's the only thing. But that's the one way where it will not go terribly wrong, is if this just one thing happens. That's why you see teams, when they do this, you try to play for long, right? The Opera is holding the angle and someone else is close by, because you can always retake short. The Opera can always, with long being secured, hold those angles, maybe get a kill, keep them contained, so they plan for short and have to stay at short, so then the 3 players from B can, crunch, and you can go for a retake together.
I do see MOUZ more than other teams kind of commit these cardinal sins of Counter-Strike. I feel like beyond just what we see in that setup there, so frequently are they the kind of team that seems to just kind of be out meta mind gaming. Like, I've heard before, when they have had 4 B stacks on Inferno, they just keep cycling through smokes, almost disguising that they have a 4B stack, but then you just see teams move away from the stack, and I feel like that's sometimes, it's almost like they're outthinking themselves. They're trying to just be too smart for their own good. I mean, if they take some long control with nades, or they take some short control with nades, it seems like they expect that's going to signal to the other team too much attention, but then by playing into a bad setup, it's just completely undermined every single kind of
thing to consistently lose to an opponent, right? But Apex is actually broken Cyclone, I feel like, in the rest of MOUZ, because when you resort to things like this, you feel like if we just do what I explained.
We are Oscar Mike. Watch out. These boys have got a bit of an arse. Right, lads. We're on. Let's roll. Why are you all late? Headshot. Before me. Bomb. Let's make this Reyes rain. Grenade! Grenade out! Grenade out! Grenade!
GG. GG. GG.
Move it, son. Deploying flashbang.
Vista.
Throwing smoke.
Oh, GG.
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 Gear up. We're going in. Sentry out. Throwing a grenade. Laying down smoke. Laying down smoke.
Guys and Shine YouTube, today we're going to be talking about the eSIMs. The DW has a drastic weight change from around 77 grams versus the CW. Yes, 77 versus 59 grams all day long. This feels much better weight balanced. It feels effortless in hand. You know, it feels just, you can do whatever you need to do, and there's not much putting it back because of the 59 grams. I did think the 97 both an extra 2 gram weight, and wondering, well, you know, charging docks, these do charge without the meds are only there to nice, solid, firm connection to the base. Now, they do charge. I have tried it charging it overnight. Fine, no issues there. So I just took the magnets out, and I was using the metal mouse pads from Two Dudes Gaming, and they were magnetized. So that's the reason why I took them out on every single Zowie mouse that I have, and it just felt perfect on the metal pads in general. With the Zowie EC3 DW versus the CW, you have, in my opinion, better clicks on the DW. They're much more spammable, right? The CW is still very, very like clean. They have a little higher pitch than the DW. So I do like the more subtle sound. I do like the constant crisp and the lightness to the DW. And I think they feel incredible. The scroll wheel, on the other hand, is a little more stiff than I would like on the DW. My copy. But the just ever so slightly more spammable than the DW. But once again, you're not really spamming like clicks with your scroll wheel in game unless you have it macroed to something. But it's perfectly fine. The scroll versus the CW is a little more recessed in sound, which is very, very nice. The CW is actually pretty loud. CW is much more recessed, but you do feel every single step, which is very nice on a scroll wheel, because, you know, you feel it, you see it, and it just feels good to use in game. Side buttons are very, very clean. They're very, very crisp. Very, very crisp. They actually feel much more sturdy, and where the CW kind of has a slight more pre-travel, where the DW just has no pre-travel at all. There's no mushiness on the back end, really no pre-travel on the back end. You can get them to go a little bit, but you don't really notice that ever. With the pre-travel and post-travel on the clicks, right, you can get these to kind of go down a little bit more if you want them to, but you will never notice that in game. And for side-to-side wobble while you're using it, I've never noticed it, you don't get it, and there is no click grind. So overall, QC on the DW is, in my opinion, perfect, right? There's nothing wrong with this mouse, there's no flexing, there's no creaking, there's nothing crazy going on. There's just, it's a nice, clean mouse. Yes, these do come in around $150, but you're getting a nice, good QC, you're getting driverless kind of software, but you get DPI, lift off, everything is just driverless and it feels good. I hate downloading software because sometimes the software is a malware. Huh. Endgame gear, I'm looking at you. Driverless, web-based software is going to be, solid. I have been using Pulsar mice, Final Mouse mice, Zowie mice, and I haven't had to download a single software on my computer, and it just feels good not to have a bunch of crap on my PC. Now, let's talk about the coating. The coating is nice. It's kind of like Razawi's classic, you know, rubberized coating. It feels good. It does pick up fingerprints pretty easily, but it doesn't change how you know, you don't get a smokiness. It feels very, very good no matter how long you use the mouse, no matter if you get a little, you know, kind of oil on your hands, oil buildup. It feels good overall. It doesn't feel sticky. It feels awesome, right? These mice are so well done, and just it's super nice to see just updated Zowie mice, because Zowie been coated company with their shapes, and their shapes are well liked. Now, the skates, they come with their F skates. Now you can see the skate profile is changed from the same shape for the skates. DW kind of mice, they're kind of gonna be more uniform, but I did not really like how just you got a more tug because they all are larger skates, and the larger skates will yield you a more kind of overall, you know, surface area for friction can be applied, and that's where you get that little slowdown. So I did take them off. I mean, even on the CW, I took them off. Put dot skates. You can see all the trial and error for trying to figure out where I can place the dots and not get wobble. But if you're looking at this right now, I can confirm that I have 0 wobble on my mouse, and this is where I just placed the skates.
so it's a bit different. But actually, I think that the city itself improved. I think it's a lot better now. I like yesterday, and like I was the same, so it's actually good.
Throwing grenade. Throwing fire.
Ready to listen.
Let's see. When Vitality participates in a tournament, it's here to win. But other team also wants to win. They also want to get their hands on trophy. Only us in Power Vision for now get the trophy. So yeah, I think the are hungry.
Definitely so. You're going to keep trying to steal it away. I also want to look at, you've always spoken about how good you guys managed the schedule, especially last year, right? Obviously here you're doing, beginning of the year, 3 events back to back. Still feel good? Still have that same kind of idea on the energy and feeling?
You have to make choices between events. And for us, we have to look at other rests, of course. We have to look at the VR response. We have to look at how big the tournament is and how many teams are going there. We know to look at the Grand Slam. Yeah. So we had a lot of stuff to look at, but...
Farming. Okay, well, let's go. Apex is here for a second. It's already
incendiary.
Nice. All right. Eco now.
Chad.
Yes, Alex.
Could you give everyone at home like a little bit of like a Counter-Strike fundamental?
Deploying flashbang.
Good example. You keep kind of like moving it further off the wall, kind of.
Counter-terrorists win.
What is the logic there? Is it just between PS2 or is it always been?
I think it's a little bit from column A, a little bit from column B. It definitely hasn't always been that way, right? You would very statically hold angles, especially back in the 1.6 days.
Yeah.
And a lot of punishment would happen if you did get caught peeking an angle. You would just get spammed because everything was essentially paper thin.
Yeah.
A part of it, and I don't want to upset Lova, I don't like doing it, especially the big 2026. Definitely CS2. It feels like there is something I want to blame. Motion, right? Swinging is rewarded. But I also think the fact that players are also so pre-aim of angles, if given the option, everybody now clears angles like when he first started playing Tier 1 CS and CSGO.
And it enables you to punish people who are pre-aiming. You know, you catch them looking at the wall.
So, right, you're not fully initiated to fight it.
Laying down smoke.
Activate as soon as you take the info. So that's why very rarely, unless you're an all-star, you're standing still. Otherwise, you will get some type of a micro jiggle or, you know, a pattern. Maybe a crowd coming in.
Throwing a grenade.
Set. I think so. If Vitality win this series today, King Mezzi.
Counter-terrorists win. That's how we roll.
And France once and for all. Wow. So there is a lot on the line for this best of 3. The arena, of course, the playoffs, but France and the UK friendly again.
That's a lot of 8 damage. How much lethal damage do you think in 3 rounds of play Vitality
collectively?
Yeah, this is a prediction market I've just started.
250?
I don't have right click bound, so I can't tell you.
I can do it.
250 was your guess?
Yeah, that's what I went for, yeah. What do you reckon?
I'm going to say 180.
180. Robs has done 237 on his own. Whoa. Apex has done 170, and Zoe's done 20. Whoa. So we were both well off. All right, gun rounds. We like these ones.
Fun.
Xerxes will be tussling up Banana against the likes of Flamesy and Apex.
Flamesy's just holding a nade for a reaction. Spamming safe from the HE. Now gets the green light to take a deeper spam and nade. Exertion down to 62. Returns to logs. Spotted out on the jump peak. Pays a little heavier of a price than he would have liked. God, it is such a little fun game, isn't it? So many nades.
Hello. Ahead of the flash.
Aggressive from ZywOo. Still gets one. They're advancing onto the A side quick, though. This is a 4 versus 2 right now. You got Robs, you got Mezzy, a crossfire.
Nobody threw apps, though.
Nobody threw apps, so Robs could very well farm up. Nice clear from Jimmy. Not ready for the second. Mezzy on the box, needs a double. Unable to provide. Mouse have taken the site and will get themselves off of that 0.
Okay, Apex has still got his head screwed on straight. Is playing for the save.
Unnecessary. Yeah, not cool, is it, Chef? Oh gosh.
That's the frustrations of losing the rounds.
Yeah.
You know, it's just sometimes you've got to take the chickens down with you.
Put all of his sins into it.
There's still a couple of them. Don't tell Apex.
What's with the white eyes? It's like a haunted, possessed chicken?
Remember when they used to do pumpkins?
I remember pumpkins.
Well, they look like ghosts.
Yeah. Back when they cared.
Don't start that
I'm
bit.
joking. I'm literally
it's such
just
a strong bit. It's such a good bit. Valve don't even care about the game.
They don't
man.
care. Look at the chickens, man. They don't care anymore.
Chickens look better now than they ever have.
That is a high polygon chicken. The highest of polygons.
All right, that is one of the 13 required to win a map against Vitality.
Keep cool, we got this.
They win this one.
Flashbang. Deploying flashbang. Throwing fire. Grenade out. Throwing smoke. Throwing smoke. Throwing flashbang. Grenade out. Grenade out.
Counter-terrorists win.
Job in the world. Incendiary. Throwing smoke. Deploying flashbang. Grenade out. Grenade. Incendiary out. Grenade. Throwing a grenade. Smoke shield. Flashbang.
Terrorists win.
Now is the time.
It's got a very familiar feeling. Start of Inferno here.
Do you think ZywOo would give me 10% of his Counter-Strike ability?
If
I just want 10. How much would you pay for 10% of ZywOo's Counter-Strike ability?
Flashback. The guy's out.
Okay, number funny.
Back in my day, 6 now.
find out for you guys. We'll educate ourselves today.
Glad we could learn something.
1970s, apparently coined as a code word.
I'm glad you kept reading internally before finishing it externally.
It was in reference to 4:20 p.m.
I see, of course.
Where
Everyone's
students would
favorite
regularly
time.
meet after school.
For a good old time.
Yeah.
Breaking into B. Everybody's here. They've
Hang
got
on.
two.
You might get a plant.
You might.
You might. He hasn't hit the wall bang. Smoke has faded. Bomb does get planted. You can swing into the side woo, and he only needs to see your shoulder. Hits one into the clavicle.
Frame mogged.
Got absolutely wall mogged. He's wall bang maxing right now.
Is it just the maxing?
Oh,
now he's going to be on top of all this stuff.
Yeah.
Show us the 1v3!
He's diffuse maxing right now. And so 5-1. A nice shot though in the attempt. Didn't engage in that. Timeout time. Get the music up. Let's go.
Something a little bit more.
Yeah, what? Like, kind of like a. No, I'm gonna do it. But like kind of more like Blade Runner. Oh, ding, 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 ding.
You know, everyone would know it's a timeout. You know, you'd lock in.
Actually, valid. I wonder if like not the statute of limitations, but you know what? Whatever songs when they expire and they're free for the world.
Free use.
I don't think that's it, is it?
No, you can do like 15-second clips and stuff, right?
Someone just said, "Machine, you are 35 years old."
Yeah. Well, hold up, no, he's not.
I'm not.
He's not.
But I am. I agree. I am too old.
We're going to do this. But we do it for you. People at home.
Terrorists win.
Sometimes that is the most recent way I get off of my phone is I look at some of the ridiculous TikToks or whatever. And I go, I'm a grown ass man. What am I watching?
Well, right now we're watching a video game.
Exactly.
And we're having a good time.
Bah.
I don't know if our audience.
No one's gonna get that reference.
No.
No, you're right. Back in the day, we used to get television for things sound you could buy.
More of the same. We beg you.
Grenade out!
They're in your mouth right now. In your living room right now. At your PC. Close your eyes.
Manifest.
Keep them open.
Terrorists win.
Like a Counter-Strike.
It's a bit like Goku with the spirit bomb,
Yes, exactly. Is that over 9,000?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
In hand.
I didn't get the memo. Oh,
Flashed.
they're
Everyone's
both blind. Whoa, staring at each other with white screen. Drops, gets the double before they find him.
Smoke. Smoke. Throw in the flashbang. Flashbang. Grenade out. Throw the grenade. Guard.
All your other listeners, that was partial buy.
Yes.
Throwing flashbang.
Blocks.
Visual bug.
On fire.
One short, one spare.
No time. Okay.
Counter-terrorists win.
We must move. Throwing a flashbang. Flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. Throwing fire. Activating the bomb. I'm throwing smoke.
Bomb has been planted.
Paquet.
I'm throwing a flashbang.
Terrorists win.
I fear no man. Drop me arms, bro. Drop. Green. Let's go. Flashbang. I'm laying down smoke. Throwing the flashbang. Crispy throwing smoke. I'm throwing the flashbang. Molotov. Throw flashbang.
Still in the game.
Still in the game.
Apex with utility.
Flamesy took a quick trip to A and has returned to his B duties, but it does seem like Mowers feel like A successes could be replicated.
Oh, that's a big commit.
Yeah, nearly chased him down there.
He's gonna reload it. 10
I think he
bullets.
wants to fight. You know, short wraps him and he just wants to run at him and he's done well. Robs ding through the wall. Shot from Mezzi as well. Great exertion denied. It's solid from Mezzi. Zywoo catches a little one onto Spinks. Falls into place perfectly on the A setup. I loved Rops' proactivity there.
I've got something for you. It's low-hanging fruit. But you know the other day you...
I literally get merry man.
Okay, good.
I'm trying to get it out.
Oh, sorry.
But I feel like we could do a whole track.
Okay, so I need a follow-up.
I'm setting the bar.
We put you in like a do-rag.
I thought you mentioned
I was thinking
into a whole bit.
Yeah.
I see. 7-2, partial bite, a couple of techers, a deagle, a galil, an AK, even some smokes.
Merry man.
Terrorists win.
All right. Come on. Let's go. We kill them all. Flashbang. Throwing the flashbang. I'm throwing fire. I'm throwing the flashbang. Smoke. I'm throwing a grenade.
One market, one B.
Flashbang.
One market, one B.
I'm throwing smoke. I'm planted.
What the fuck? You beast.
Counter-terrorists win.
Go, go.
Counter-terrorists win.
We will make them regret this day. Let's throw the flashback. Smoke. Grenade.
One jack.
Terrorists win.
Fear us. Hit it. Throw it off. Smoke. I'm laying down some smoke. Throwing the flashbang. Throwing the flashbang. Throwing the flashbang. Fire in the hole. Let's burn it to the ground.
Go away, hey, bro. Yeah, that's bad.
Throwing smoke. Smoke.
Counter-terrorists win.
Let's go, people. I'm laying down some smoke. I'm throwing a grenade. Throwing fire.
Oh, brilliant. Just Mezzy to get past. And he's done it. Torgy. So we've had a brilliant ace clutch. Now we have a 4K shutdown on the pistol. He's keeping us interested. So you get Torgy.
Yeah, okay.
Dead Fox.
Okay. Was his... Yeah, okay. I think Dead Fox only 31 or something I saw the other day.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
like, that
So a
doesn't
young
make
man.
any sense. How is he only 31?
Maybe Wild Edit.
He's commentating now.
Is he?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, he's
cool.
doing commentary now, World Edit. Pain vs G2 is live at the same time for everyone to tune into that. Jason Moses O'Toole alongside of his sidekick Dinko.
And tell Jason in the chat that his beard looks good.
Healthy beard.
It's a healthy beard. Torgy. No, we're not losing him. No, don't you?
Full eco, guns out now. They managed to scamper back that M4. It would have been 3 SMGs otherwise. So 2 M4s, 2 SMGs, and a drop available for Spinks. So they should be all good in the hood as they look to turn their attention to the papers. Now they win this, it would be another live buy out of Vitality, and we got a game. Right, it can very quickly go from the 9-3 half to 9-7, and the match is back on at that point.
Yeah.
So it's all been fun and games up until right now, but will Vitality keep the pedals to the metal, or do we have a map on our hands?
They win this one? I lock in.
Vitality win this one, they lock in the playoffs.
Yeah, pretty much. I do think that is priority number one for Vitality. There are perks.
As long as Exertion actually live first,
You won't.
or content, or a little bit of info.
Flamesy's Molotov not really going to force any reactions. Spinks can confirm it's clear.
So good info to keep at least the 2 on B. It's the Exertion Brolin combo is starting to group up for Banana now. A wave of U2 lands. Got it on top of the half wall. A flash and a flurry as they do confirm Sandbags is theirs. For the finish, it's just a handful of smokes, a molly and a couple of flashes. That's Coffin smoke right there, yeah. Yeah, from downtown.
I like that. Love that. What have you got? Crossfire, Brolin, good for it on the MP7. Then Exertion will activate. Solid double out of Exertion. They'd have lost the sight, but a flash push. He's going straight for Apex. Love the bravery. Puts Rops into a rather uncomfortable 1 versus 3. They should be able to deny the plant that is so necessary for him. Is he really going to fall into the trap of faking this out? Yeah, the smoke will fade. He'll punish the first, but caught out on the Jimmy swing. Mouse 6, Vitality 9, game on.
And we see this a lot from Torgy, right? He's the consistent figure that we see, at least loudly. It doesn't mean that players aren't saying things to keep the mood good or trying to bring up the energy from Mouse. It's just Torgy is the only one that has that loud vocal voice. Well, he's been making plays that should make his teammates. He is at the tippy top of the scoreboard, absolutely hammering them with his output. So if the rest of them are able to start joining towards 17 kills, 11 deaths.
He's doing everything he can.
Yeah, so at this point, you know, he's holding on, hoping that the rest of them get their act together.
Hungarian Zywoo.
The potential jiggle on some of these anti.
Same amount of flash. Can he impact early on?
All right.
They have triple nades, so normally we would discuss this being for pit. Wondering if it's going to be maybe use mouth of banana, or they could use it towards CT or coffins if they know there's a potential jiggle on some of the anti-force setups, or anti-marshal, excuse me. Viper wall. And guess what? Torji is back at the pit with the AWP.
Could be a nasty double nade on his face here. Triple nade even. Yeah, could be the end of the world. Still feels like that setup's set for success here. And that's the end of Torji. Nades come in, flashes are good. Oh, they've broken through. Sight taken, Exertion and Brolin. Oh, wait, Apex. Gonna catch Exertion off guard. He had his nade out on Martyrdom Perk. What a horrible way to lose the round. That's one way to get past Torji.
Brolin, give it a go. Get stuck in.
Yeah, he will. He will. Oh, hits the head.
Nade'll do it.
Good. Does. 1-on-1. Brolin with 5 HP. It's not looking good. The outlook bleak when he's taken so many steps in the right direction. Picks up the kit. Here's the fade. Catching the off angle, so Vitality break in with Tech 9. So very short-lived celebrations.
Chat Valorant. Go.
I was trying to like set a voice line.
I know exactly where you are.
That's a good one.
They really nailed it with Valorant, didn't they?
Now you're rage baiting to keep him here. You're just doing rage bait. We were just talking about this in the green room, man. Can't be doing rage bait. I'm sick of it. The internet just makes me angry these days. Because it keeps my attention on my little box of doom. Ah, bang bang. It's a cringe death for Exertion. I think that's the most cringe out of all of them so far. And I'm using cringe ironically.
Pretty cringe.
It's pretty cringe, isn't it? Yeah.
As far as cringe goes.
Smoke walk going out. Something like that, I think.
Yeah. He's got the brimstone. He's got the brimstone.
Open.
off, that's why. God damn.
Let's go, let's go. Throw in the flashbang. I throw in the flashbang. Flashbang. Smoke.
What's up? Steve? Go. Third. Okay.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win. Yeah. We will stop your little scout. Let's go, my brothers. Smoke! Counter-terrorists win. We are the best. Come on, let's go. Grenade out. Smoke. Grenade. Throwing fire.
City meet. Low.
Bomb has been planted. Smoke! Smoke! Terrorists win. You will cry like babies before you die. Let's go. Decoy. I throw the flashbang.
Money 68. City mid one. City one. City one.
I've planted the bomb. Bomb has been planted. Throwing a flashbang. I'm throwing a flashbang.
Yeah, there.
Terrorists win. Run, little girl! Run! Thank you. Oh, fear us. No. You think you can kill us? Negative. We must win.
Sorry.
I'm throwing a flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. I'm throwing a grenade.
Hear me.
I'm planting. Bomb has been planted.
City.
Smoke. Terrorists win. You think you can kill us? Go, go, go! Flashbang! Flashbang! Throw in a flashbang! I throw in a flashbang! I'm planting the bomb. I'm throwing the flashbang. Has been planted. Terrorists win. Fear us. You'll cry like babies before you die. Yep.
smoke.
Grenade! I'm throwing a flash.
Terrorists win.
I fear no man. No.
Play really good, so it's not easy.
Players to
Play really good, so it's
punish. Ooh, finds the headshot onto Apex, but
Recurring nightmare for Maus. I feel like more than even going back into the the war room and try to break this one down, they just need therapy.
It's true, man. It really does seem that when they're playing, they just are completely different when it comes to what they do against Vitality. So many unforced errors.
Everything. Unforced errors, forced errors, individual brilliance. Look at this. Like, Robs just runs into apps and wins a duel against Jin. Like, those are the sort of... If you're Maus, and it just happens like to every single player on every single map, across every single position, way too often. And I can't remember... I mean, listen, every Dynasty level team has a number. Astralis had Liquid, right? And it was the same. They even knew which map Astralis was going to pick every single time. It was Nuke, right? So Maus is just...
Counter-terrorists win. Counter-terrorists win.
Are we rushing in, or are we going sneaky beaky like? Right, lads, we're on.
Long to long. Shot low. Odyssey.
Roger that. Come on, chop. Incendiary. Flashbang. Deploying flash. Laying down. Throwing a grenade. Deploying flashbang.
Go rough side. Two. One more. One more.
Wait, I can flash mid. Flashing mid.
Deploying flashbang.
He's not picking. What is yellow, bro?
Counter-terrorist win. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Why do you have big money, bro? We have money and Yuri, bro.
In the working.
And 2K.
Go. Throwing smoke. Throwing a grenade. Throwing smoke.
Flash mid. Flashing mid.
Counter-terrorist win. Now we're really laying out of them.
Bro, kaya mo muna si...
Now we're really laying out of them. We took the piss out of them. Let's go.
The peak.
Move it, son. Throwing flashbang. Smoke. Throwing flashbang. Incendiary out.
Watch mid. Okay. Perfect, we did.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? 2 mid, 2 mid, 2 mid. One shot, one shot, one shot. Bomb shot, bomb shot.
Counter-terrorists win. Champion.
Die, because Molly.
Smoke. Flashbang. Deploying flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Laying down smoke. Throwing a grenade. Deploying flashbang. Throwing fire. Throwing smoke. Flashbang.
Boom zone.
Throwing smoke. Grenade. Terrorists win.
Molly shit,
Molly.
Molly shit.
Molly shit. My bro, my bro.
Cheers, big fella.
I can play B.
Let's make this Reyes rain. Throwing fire. Deploying flashbang. Incendiary. Grenade out. Laying down smoke. Throwing flashbang.
My god, they were.
Flashbang.
What the fuck is this guy doing?
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
Go, go, go.
What on? Deploying flashbang. Incendiary out. Throwing a grenade.
Pantuna.
Throwing flashbang.
No need too long. Go backward. Bumps up.
Stay on the shit.
Nice one.
Plant. Don't touch. Bro, don't touch.
Deploying flashbang. Counter-terrorists win. All right, all right. Let's go. Deploying decoy. Throwing fire. Get out.
What the fuck?
Throwing flashbang.
What the fuck are you doing top mid, bro?
Terrorists win. Bomb has been planted.
Carry mid. Push, bro. Forgetting we have a bot. Take over me.
These fellas are gonna run our way out the smoke. Throwing fire. Smoke.
Get baited by Monacy, bro. What?
Incendiary out. Counter-terrorists win. Right on.
Holy shit!
Nice, Ilya.
There you go. Move it, move it. Laying down smoke. Fire. Throwing smoke. Grenade out. Throwing fire. Incendiary.
What are you doing?
Terrorists.
Go mid and die.
Let's have it, lads. Deploying flashbang. Throwing flashbang.
What?
Smoke, in the smoke.
Shit.
Small as shit.
Long. Flashing.
People see. One, two, three.
Counter-terrorist wins. A piece of cake, solid.
They heard the jumps.
Yeah, they know the one's hanging out. Gets the info safely. They go down to Nico's AK. It's action towards middle as well. You can see Kickson's trying to ask questions of Connector. Smoke break and higher elevation. Oh, an opportunity. KaiCenat couldn't hit the head. Nico and KaiCenat haven't been able to hit their openings.
Yeah, B feels like it's in a bit of a box right now, so trying to play for short. Molodo's actually rotating A.
How much does Yakinda want to force the issue?
It's so quiet across the map right now. It's essentially just going to come down to these two on B. KaiCenat cheating over now, so yeah, too quiet. There'll be a third man.
Okay, they're in the right place. Oh, he's bested Yakinda. Pulls the attention of Fallen. Trade provided, but brought down by Tessus. It's KaiCenat, that third man. He's the difference maker. Pulls us into the 3-on-3. Buys time for the rotations of Yuri and Molodoy. Honestly, will clear him out, and they'll have enough time to plant. Molodoy not in a position to stop that. They'll give this a go. They'll give this a look. Yuri starting to encroach on the site.
Not being considered right now.
Not at all.
Oh,
never mind.
Okay.
Honestly thought about it.
Yeah, well,
Catches him looking the other way.
The two most important jewels, that was the initial one with KaiCenat onto Yakinda to be the first Dominator to start falling, and then that one right there, they've just gone, oh, let me just swing. Little spurt of action as Molodoy retains the AWP, but it'll be consecutive rifle rounds now for Falcons. Going to do what they haven't in the last 4 outings. Take down the damn team. This one will be 5 matches, the second one taking place in a group stage. Whoever wins this will join Vitality, locking themselves in for the playoffs here at Ujnapoka.
Very quick to be a team. He didn't hit a single bullet. He had 30 for that. So very impressive and impactful, as was that.
And I'm going to make a statement, which I'm 99% sure is correct. All right. But production can be otherwise. Hey, there we go.
Lovely start, boosted up. No reaction out of Furia. Yakinda just caught out by the boot.
Well, they're hanging around in middle behind this AWP, so still wanting to force a fight. Can they catch a straggle?
Maybe they could. Yeah, looks like they're going to hang around.
For some form of reaction from terrorists. The point being that Vitality and whoever wins this should be on opposite sides of the playoff bracket.
Good point, well made. Yes, the 2 3-0 games. Or 3-0 teams, excuse me. They've been really stubborn about this setup. It might pay off, you know. Confirms Molodoy was on and off. The flashes from Falcons have been perfect, and so was the spray. He committed to it. Fair play, Kickson. Brings down the round. Ooh, messy spray from Tessus.
Yeah, but in a couple of moments,
he won't be a big fan of that.
I think you're too dialed in right now in hunting this. Right. So constrict the map to remove it from Molodoy. I understand it's still early stage. You don't have a lot of money on the T side, but 400 is the looks what is going into next. So this is the type of moment where we take this away. It's actually going to be really long. Kickson is coming. Back turned Molodoy. You just step into this, or does Kickson get a chance to put the blaze into the chat? Defensively guarantees the kill. So there you have it.
to mid. Making sure he gets his round celebration. Spray as well from KaiCenat.
Yeah, so now you go into round number 6 here, and you don't have an AW. Just on this 5-7, there are nades in play, and the M4's in the mix, and we saw just keep force buying apparently against Mongols yesterday against Vitality. So, one better buy than what they were pulling off. Still a good opportunity to contest this one. Break. Katsu is looking for KaiCenat. They are essentially playing for A. 2 around con, 1 ticket, 1 balcony. And that's the guns too.
Needed to do, honestly,
expect 2 more when that game comes though.
I think as long as you group up now, and you use all this util. Rotate over, but your round. Trying to buy the round by clearing and they can pivot. No one's jumping, no one. The sight is there. Presence of the rotation on the way over now with KaiCenat.
Terrorists win. We will stop your little scout.
So, even 100 going into the next, they can buy behind this again, or they can just use the 3 and AWP for in future rounds. Good work from Monarchy early. He's currently 3-0 in terms of opening duels, so having some success.
Damn, Molotov is M4.
Now we fight. Throw the flashback. Throw the flashback.
I think it's key. Trust the gut. That will move that trade. He's going to trust for this one. I think now you have supply up to the 3, and then you go for a full buy into the next, because 4-2 already on the T side, and it's 4 consecutive. Very strong fashion on their map choice. This is what you want to see. Will there be a Falcon's moment? Yeah, tend to get it every time they're in the server, but it hadn't crossed my mind. Well, now it has. You got to get ahead of it in some of these situations. Falcons are hoping to do. So that 30 seconds also gives them that Sonic to just trust them. Hey, this is the money, this is the most winners, take our time, we know there's 2 M4s, one's on Fallen, one's on Molotov. What are we expecting?
Well put together T side.
It's pretty smooth sailing so far, isn't it? You lose the pistol and that's just Fallen. Hit 3 bangers. You took a detail where you got the plant. Now you've won 4 straight. Yep. Alright.
Crazy. Molotov took it.
Throw in the flashbang.
Team play right, because we heard from KaiCenat to start off the year talking for the team, not just have your individuals wind up, go out, find some kills. It doesn't have to be grouped up and doing anything too crazy. It's just you get the points and you make sure that you're out of you can make for that next fight. Hey, this is clearly unknown, and the Palace smoke confirms it. Hey boys, they have no idea I'm out, and I'll take this one.
Wow.
is Tessa. He's not hitting so far. 1 and 7. He looked like he was spewing there on the cans.
Nice angle from KaiCenat. Got Yuri. Yeah, another one of those.
You need to peek the bombs going. That's what Monacy's doing.
Tips away from the trade. Indo fancies his chances in the clutch. He's got his AK and Monacy's got his AWP. Definitely feeling himself today. Solid on as a rock on the sniper. That's 3 added to his tally.
Yeah, and another opening kill, right? So the fact that they're using him as that spearhead. At that moment of Monacy last year, I was like, oh, he's fallen flat. But when they were betting in, they were working out how to work the role. Monacy, you need to we should use him for the he's so good at it. He can do more than that. Speaking more than that, Fallen, he brings out the secondary AWP.
He's already got a fight on his hands. He just touched Arthur's contact, now pressure, heavy pressure. Fallen under scrutiny, runs down, Tess finds himself his second kill. Looking great, is it? The nade for KaiCenat's face! 2 on 2. Good angle here from Monacy. We'll catch one. Crosshair catches the first piece, and Molodoi is piecing out.
Yeah, he's probably so it's tough. With Molodoi, he wants to be in the play. He wants to be trying to make those openings happen.
But was that not like the perfect call to counter a double AWP setup as well? Like just a fast B?
I don't think they're expecting the double AWP, but they are trying to bully this big bomb site. We saw it on the pistol, and now just roaring straight into action. And was that someone getting pushed away from the apartments? Yukinda getting blindsided because Fallen's calling, he's getting pushed, and that is that.
Let's go.
6 rounds T-side already. This is damn good for Falcons. Sailing at the moment. Well, there it is. Let's see what's that good spawn.
I'm sure that's music to Falcons' ears.
Well, that's if they want to use it, right? Here's a good A-ramp spawn right now. So how do they want to use it, or do they even want to use it? This is the balance that's tough for KaiCenat. You have players who want to make plays, but you also need to call a rhythm of the game. So it's really tough. So he's covering the cross from side to con. Don't see anybody speeding over. Always the opportunity from vent room into jungle, so don't worry about that. But they're just searching A. Does he get another opener?
Yuri goes a little further. Nico confirms presence. Molly's coming. Kinder spotted. Ooh, nice from Yuri. Traded out by Tessus, but distracted, and KaiCenat's Deagle will finish him off.
Interesting. It looked like they wanted to commit. Obviously, there's 2 loose pieces over towards middle, but Nico and Tessus went all in, and Monacy did, so doesn't want to be involved in that. This is a round with just that saved AWP and some upgraded pistols. Want to be winning rounds like this. It has been a good half, but Fury could still tie things up 6-6 as they come and scavenge some guns.
I'm throwing a flashbang. I'm throwing a flashbang.
Next.
Counter-terrorists win.
Zerato does keep attention. Yeah, able to catch it from the backside. Switch working wonderfully. Fury are pulling this one off. Limited weaponry, but around breaking their silence after a 6-round run from Falcons. Yep, that's their round. Fallen another impactful multi. I feel like Yuri definitely deserves a pat on the back for getting something at the start of that one. Ships up the ladder.
They need to replicate it in the gun round. They're going for contact. Talent smoke and just furious shot, but it's an awful lot better for the likes of Falcons. Double on Dante. See if they can make it this time. Alongside of Molodoy.
Yeah, you can see the heroes going led to KaiCenat. Marcy just considering the double setup. Do it with the guns, though, as you said, Chad. Let's find out. Eyes off a shot. Looking for a head-to-head with Yakinda. He might just get it, you know. Ooh.
Seen, yeah.
He knows.
So now do they want to try and flush him out? They could do double mollies. You play him through underpass. You can do that lineup. One for the top lip, one into bottom floor, and see if you can isolate this. You know that there's a player here. So that informs not only the setup, but the potential if you wanted to try and go in and isolate them.
Counter-terrorists win.
Kingston coming over top middle as well. Here's the fight. Pushing back with the molly.
Kiyasuke's nailed it. Only two options and they had them both covered. Reaction ramp. Yuri flashed in, nothing home. Further back though. Quick flick out of Molotov. Second one as well. It's so dynamic. Yuri comes. Molotov carries.
To play that little jump.
Counter-terrorists win.
Falcons. Run. You're starting to bleed cash. Lose this one, you'll have the loss bonus. 2,400 going into the final round of play. There it is, pop up. Peek in. And Yuri. Right. So he goes down to Nico, but it's too late, right? Tessa didn't get the necessary trade. Yuri had the cover. Kicks him with the spawn. We'll take the open shot. Back to Monitor. Halves right now, half Fury. This would be a nice run of rounds. They immediately re-round back. Oversee.
For help, Molodoy.
I'm throwing a grenade!
First phase, they've got to get past Yuri. Found on Sandwich King. Eco double. Headshot on a big push out of Yakinda. Nearly wins the round right there, and then still not easy for Monacy. He's got two options to contend with, nearly reacts in time. Crazy flick. This is Molodoy in the reposition. Oh, smoke. I think he's got a good idea as
Counter-terrorists win.
Ross. Adin. No, we're still doesn't.
Counter-terrorists win.
Planted the bomb.
Bomb has been planted.
Grenade out.
Knut.
Terrorists win.
You're getting off to.
It's time.
Trying to hold on to his smoke for as long as possible. Will throw it out. Hit the shot. Fulham advancing short. So the pressure on B is just supreme. Oh,
No one's even really moving his way.
yeah. I think I'll see you later. Good luck.
Hey,
up front.
Tess, kill the wall, or we're not winning this round. He gets one.
It's not enough to convince them, is it?
No, you're just going to try and hold on to this and go for the double dip into the next. But in the next, you might take a few more risks, right? You might try and fight around middle or go for an earlier push into the play.
Kiyosuke could get an AK if he finds Yakinda, and that would certainly sweeten the deal. That's if Yakinda's ready for him and net the headshot.
Good. So that's killing out for Yakinda. Pretty
Throwing a grenade.
effort from Fury. Mullen also on 11. Mullen on a set piece. Another one's done, so Mullen joins them on 11, and then it's just Yuri on 8. So everybody's looking for Yuri right now.
Monothes.
Terrorists win.
Beautiful kill spread. That's a coach's dream. You know, everyone, every piece of machine wiring perfectly.
What isn't a coach's dream is you stack a site, and the game plan is to save the upgrades if they go to the other site, and then you lose 3 out of the 5 players. They could have. They definitely could have. So now you still have something that is a little bit threatening, but it could have been a whole lot more. Yeah, that's just, you know, if the player wasn't saved, he would save. That's putting 1 foot out.
Smoke.
Some problems. Essentially the same as SS.
wibbly wibbly. Oh no, okay, a W and a normal. That flash. Still good for it. Nice from KaiCenat. Adjusts to the second. He has kept the ball from the door. Oh. Double swing. This is beautifully put together.
This is what was meant to happen last round.
Time it works then.
The fact they get more with less, bodies to the right place. Perfect. Right here, right now, Mr. Yuri. Plenty of weapons back out of this. Counter-terrorist first half. Trying to make up for Falcon's not getting a pit. He's going to take contact. Kicks will be able to swing in. Yuri will get blindsided, and that'll be the round. Otherwise, he just holds on to the Galil, which is going to be necessary going into the next. Flashing. Okay, over the fence. Here we go. Starting to free fire as the flash lands. All right, they wiped the board. Well done. Great round. And KaiCenat take a bow. Efficiency right there on the MP9.
Perfect flash.
Laying down smoke. Throwing fire. Throwing fire.
Where you ensure you're lining up.
Look at this. Molotov orb.
Throwing fire.
Nice, right? Knowing that he can have the AWP, that's something that maybe once he might be considering bringing the scout in, thinking, okay, it's gonna be a force buy.
Throwing smoke.
No, he sold back. Okay, he didn't. That's better of it. Goes with the AK. Bit of U2.
Maybe they wanted to extra a couple of nades drop. Still not gonna have everything. Honestly, still rocking the scout, so we'll see if that limits his output. Important round for the conclusion of Mirage.
Yeah, this one is to get in control of the finances for Falcons. For Furia, it's to keep this battle going. Okay, AK's going to search up ramp. Mid's going to keep up fast to make it look like they are spread out, looking to fight Con short window. I absolutely lost in no man lands there. If there was any push.
Terrorists win.
I'm heading back to A now to join Yuri and Molotov. And up top mid, KaiCenat running past. Tracks it down. Big chunk of damage. Light on with the A setup right now. They're playing retake. They're opting to give him the side. Kicks in from Ticket.
These fellas are gonna regret waking up this morning. Incendiary. Laying down smoke. Deploying flashbang.
Bomb has been planted.
B, but they're going to walk straight through it.
Yeah, that's an invitation. That's a gap opener. Can't see the window anymore.
Aim.
He's aware.
He's considered